So there they go. Well, it's been quite fun. But now I need to return to the engineering deck. Got some stuff to do, so...
Hazardous anomaly detected.
Ah, bloody hell, not
activated.
The fuck you mean I'm getting sent to you, Shamora? I'm a fucking security officer, not a fucking engineer.
Oh, so you're the guy that Vic sent. Alright. But before we meet up, could you go to the engineering deck and restart the engines?
Alright. Where's my helmet? Oh. There we go. Alright. Let's see here. Engineering deck. Sounds easy. Hey. Would you look at that? Wonder who left this here. Might be worth a new suit or something like that. Oh well, might as well take it. Hey Rigify, play me some Outcast.
Hey, Brody, to copy.
Yeah, Helios, right?
That's man.
Alright, what's up?
Well, just checking out some stuff here in the captain's nest while waiting for that guy from the Titan station. I mean, to be honest, I don't know why he's here, but I think Vic might have sent him. So, could you come to the engineering deck, like, whenever you can?
Yeah, I can meet you down there. I'm getting kind of sick of mining the same asteroid for like 3 hours.
Okay, so before you come to the engineering deck, keep in mind that there's some kind of an infection aboard ship, so prep your suit just in case.
I can't fathom how an infection would get... Hello! I found that infection you're talking about. Alright, one sec. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh, you are not my buddy. Alright, alright. Line gun. Line gun. And...
Your weapons can't punch through that thing, though! Shoot it in the back, Isaac!
Toasted! Alright. I dealt with that infection you were talking about. I single-handedly wiped out the entire infection.
Okay, so you found one of them. Well, there are other hundreds of them aboard the ship, so... Yeah, it's gonna take more than a Lycan to kill them all. So, either way, could you come to the train station without getting chopped away?
Alright, I'm heading down there now, but I'm gonna pretend you didn't say hundreds, so I can put my mind. God damn it. Alright. Mind, find. Alright.
Days since last accident. 0. Are you fucking shitting me right now? I literally, or almost died. Hopefully Helios is down here. As I see him, I'm gonna fucking shoot him. Alright Helios, you better start answering some fucking questions before I cave your skull in with this force gun.
Alright, where is Helios? Helios, you've got a lot to explain. And you? That's a nice pulse rifle. Do they make them for men?
Nah, they don't make them for injuries. Anyway, do you want a fucking drink?
No thanks. Either way, now that we're all here, how about we get started with this?
So, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Planet Cracking podcast. On today's episode I'm joined by BodyCounter, which on the previous episode he couldn't join because he was literally playing Minecraft on the mining deck on the asteroid. So how was that experience?
Yeah, it was very fun. Got some good ores, and now it's just currently smelting. But yeah, I'm really glad to be here on the second episode finally. It was a long time coming, and yeah, glad I can finally join you guys.
Yeah, it was quite a time. And on the other part, we have Ghosteface, which is... by now he became literally the modding face of the necroposting. So, glad to have you on board as well.
Thank you, glad to have you too.
How sexual.
What the
Glad to have you too.
That's all you got?
I
No
mean,
more
like... No more info, I guess. I mean, I'm not that. Like, until we start talking about something, I'm gonna be fucking. So, I mean, I'm not good with introductions. I'm more good with.
Yeah,
Hi.
I was like waiting to say my backstory as well from like the first episode. I was waiting until you brought it up, Helios. I didn't want to go too far into my talk just
Sure.
yet.
I already told my
I literally got turned into a
backstory.
nugget on the engineering.
Yeah, like when Vic said, what he does and how he got here, sort of thing.
I mean, in my case,
Yeah.
there isn't necessary to explain who I am apart from being the debug king.
Oh yeah, of
So,
course.
body counter, you start first.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, as you said, obviously, I'm the body counter, and a lot of my mates call me Brody. I don't have a problem with people calling me that, so that's fine. If you guys want to go ahead with that, I'm perfectly all right with it. So I think it all starts back in, in terms of my YouTube career, that started back in 2015, 2016. I was doing, I started off with doing like Dying Light strategy guide sort of things, and they did all right. But then I wanted to move into, more funny videos. So I did like little compilations of game clips here and there. They did poorly. And so I finally moved to, Battlefield 1 content, and specifically these like super hyper edited montages of me doing like different weapons and shit with different music, and they did great. And so I stuck with Battlefield 1 for like a fair time, but unfortunately, like games eventually, people stop playing them, or servers start disappearing, which is kind of what happens because when you live down under, servers they're not as popular as obviously North America and European servers. There's just less people to play on them, which is kind of sad because I fucking loved it. Almost said Dead Space 1. I love Battlefield 1. So yeah, after that died, I got bored of Battlefield 5 pretty quickly. But it was around 2018 that I founded the Facebook group Dead Space Necro Posting, to which Vic is an admin of as well. And since then, we've just been making original Dead Space memes that aren't just stale ones from 2008, which is just fucking impact font, bottom text, top text sort of thing. And so, yeah, we started back then, and I've seen the group thrive. Now we've reached 10,000 members, which has just been amazing. And yeah, and now I'm here doing, in terms of YouTube stuff, I moved to doing Dead Space content in the form of I post some memes from the Facebook group onto YouTube's just so people can, if they want to download them, that's fine by me. They can do it there because the group is private, so they can't really download it there. And on the side, I'll also plan on doing other Dead Space things like facts and details videos, lore videos, and eventually, when the remake comes out, I'm hoping to do gameplay for that. But yeah, that's pretty much my story. Yeah.
Quite a quite a funny fact. It's been over 1 year since I've joined Necroposting, so yeah.
What a time, right? And yeah, you've definitely done your fair share of contributions. I'm very thankful for you doing that. Like, I remember seeing your stuff originally on the Dead Space Reddit, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's great. I think my first ever video I saw of you was the Dead Space 3, and I was playing the Cornbread, I was made to be hers song, the Cornbread and Butter one, and you hear that guy's Tucker Edwards voice lines over the intercom, like, I see you. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was great. When I saw that, I'm like, I gotta hit this dude up, get him into the group.
And since then, you guys just corrupted my mind.
Yeah,
Basically.
necroposting just gets into your synapses and just tweaks with you like the marker.
Yeah, if before I was doing like serious videos, once I joined you guys, I was like, damn it, doing memes, short, shit posting. I mean, there are good shit posting ones, but Jesus.
But also for the fact that now you also do, well, you've done for quite a while, movies like cinematics, which I think is like I think that's like one of the most iconic things you've done. And like that's my takeaway from your channel, because like every now and again I go back to rewatch a few of them, because You know, they're just something really appealing about them. I think the Save Me one's probably hands down my favorite.
I mean, most of those videos are thanks to Douglas because he hit me on Reddit about the debug build. So,
Yeah.
I mean, most of the
Right.
videos are part of him as well. So, without him,
Yeah,
all
and
this
thanks to him.
debug build movement would have been that big in necroposting community and as well on other sites. But let's hope they can reach as well to the Dead Space developers. Only time will tell.
That would be great, yeah. And
So-
now for
so-
Ghostface.
So what about you, Ghosty?
I literally joined September. I think it was September 4th. Yeah, September 4th of this year, and like, I've provided a lot of stuff within the server and the community as well, with GMVs, texture mods, just everything in general. I mean, hell, Birdie was amazed at how much I fucking provided for the community.
I mean, if
Yeah,
I'm
damn right. I love your content. The suits, the suit
Yes.
textures were great.
The suit textures, the ping ripper, amazing. I mean, like, my first video was actually before I joined the thing. It was the pressing intensifies thing. The fucking patient and Isaac in the fucking triage suit. That shit
Oh,
was
yeah?
funny. Yeah, and I fucking did that. Then I re-uploaded it after I joined the server with the necroposting label on the side. And like right after I joined the server, it just went on from there. It's just started with like, little memes, and we got this like, a 14-minute video with the fucking Dead Space multiplayer bullshit with fucking Brody.
yeah,
Holy fuck.
I think this was also Zero or the Crusader in the video, right?
Last Crusader.
Last Crusader.
Yeah.
I mean, right now you're just like Snoopy Dogg was to the Ages 7 community, in which I hope I can get him on the podcast so he can explain more about the Ages 7 community. I mean, I think you two didn't have that privilege to be part of that community. But
I did not, and I was absolutely sad to hear. Like, I didn't even know the community existed until someone brought it up. I was like, oh, what was it? And he's like,
Honestly,
oh, it was this and this and this. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta join it. And he's like, yeah, about that. And I felt so sad.
yeah, they closed the webpage back in 2017, I think, I think it was 3 or 4 years after Dead Space 3 was released, mostly because there wasn't any news about Dead Space 4 game, and also that the Visceral games were shifted to other projects by Electronic Arts, like Battlefield Hardline, and the last one being the Star Wars project, in which we know how it ended up.
It didn't, right?
didn't end up in it at all. That's what happened.
Ceased to exist.
It just ceased to exist. It just disappeared. Fucking how Thanos snapped? That's literally what happened to that fucking Star Wars thing.
There's so many like Star Wars projects that like just never got off the ground, and either they should have, because like in the demos or footage they showed, it looked pretty cool, and it was a shame that one didn't launch.
I mean, the ones that I recall were Battlefront 3, the 3030, which was a single player campaign, and this one that Visceral Games was doing alongside with the Uncharted director. I don't recall her name, but I think she's still a big name in the gaming industry.
Are
But
they
yeah.
making an Uncharted movie?
What was that, Ghost? Sorry.
Aren't they making an Uncharted movie?
I know they're making the Last of Us movie, but and Uncharted, I'm not too sure. They're making movies and shows of like all games now. Like it was like that in what is it, the early 2000s? They were making like lots of movies based off games. It seems like they're doing it a lot now as well. They picked it back up, with like the Witcher series, and now the Last of Us series.
And as well the Resident Evil movie, and so on.
Yeah, that Resident Evil movie, I'm not gonna lie, that CGI kind of looks, I don't know.
Well, it is what it
Kind of
is.
looks weird. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good because, for what it is. It's obviously have a limited budget, though.
Well, we were going to have as well a foreign member, but the thing is that the engineer didn't had time to join us due to personal things. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
we'll start the discussion with just we three, with the three of us. Okay, we are experiencing some issues with. Damn it. Oh, that's right, he's from Australia, so. Let's give him a moment to join in.
Wait, was there fucking, hold up, I got a perfect thing for this.
I think Brody right now is just like, oh my fucking god.
Please hold.
Who's there?
Seems like Australian is back.
Hello?
Yes, hello? The
Can you
call's
hear me
been
alright?
forwarded to a automated number.
Do I have any options to dial?
One is to hang
One.
up. Two is to, you know what? I can't fucking do this. Okay, just I can't fucking do this. Okay.
Excuse my tardiness. My computer just did like a kaput. I mean, I'm restarting it. So it's
Yeah.
not like gone kaput. But yeah, I have to restart my computer. So I'm on my mobile right now. Well, I'm
Okay,
still using the
so-
same microphone.
Oh, so you're saying that your PC died?
No, it didn't die. It's like restarting. But yeah. So just got some time to wait until the computer fires up. So I'm on my phone for the meantime.
That would
Yeah,
be
with a
ironic.
fucking infector. Your PC got hit by a fucking infector. Just stuck its fucking needle inside of it.
Proboscis just right down the fucking vent. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
so what happened before I just went into the vacuum of space?
We were
I
just,
literally started playing the Wii menu music as a
Why?
waiting thing. I
Oh,
literally until you got back.
Yay. That's such an iconic song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are we gonna talk about like our main
So we were,
subjects today? or-
yeah, we were going to start talking about the lore of the games, as well the books, comics, a bit of everything.
Everything. I'm gonna start
What should we
with
start in terms? You go.
sorry. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you.
Okay. I wanted to start off with the comparing and contrasting the whole entire key subject extermination and the what's it called? Thing they did on
The scenario
Tabalanka.
5.
Scenario 5. Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
lots of things on those two things that are very similar, and I don't know if they meant to do that or not. So it'd be good if we can talk about that.
I guess the best place to start would be scenario 5 itself, seeing as
Yeah.
that came like before it.
Before.
It was like like the predecessor. I mean the two things are in no relation, like they're not related to each other at all. But in terms of like how they were executed, they were similar. Like it was more than just getting rid of like the people that were like a part of said project. Like for Tal Volantis, it was the people doing the expedition. And for key subjects, it was obviously people who were important to the marker project. But besides, killing those specific people groups, there was also the moving or just destruction of any like evidence and data that would have been useful, I guess, in the wrong hands, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, sorry.
For example, I mean the ones that were overthrowing the government at that time, which were the sovereign
the
colonies.
secessionists. Yeah.
Exactly.
Which it's quite interesting because we've seen a bit of the scenario 5 on Dead Space 3, but possibly it might happen as well something similar on Earth, with on the headquarters of the sovereign regime. So
But
say.
I think, yeah. What I think, most people think Scenario 5 it was stupid, but I'm pretty sure there's a big reason behind it. Like, the expedition they did, it uncovered, like, nothing but a threat to humanity. And that's when they decided to fucking, invoke the Scenario 5 response. Like, they destroyed all research related to the markers, eliminating everyone that was tied to the markers. They just basically buried all the knowledge related to the project.
It wasn't like instantaneous either. It gradually took time. Because they approached the planet. They sent teams down there, and at the time, Admiral Graves was still running the show, so to speak. It wouldn't be until Mahad was in charge and Graves was confined to her own quarters due to insanity.
That's because she was already having the symptoms of the dementia from the marker.
Yeah.
And
which,
the
to be
second
fair, I have
person,
no idea how that's possible.
Yeah.
Because there's no marker on Roanoke, at least that we see.
Maybe they got on the board, so there was like some section of the on the platform, well, on the headquarter platform, or how to call it. What was the name of the ship? No, the ship, well, the station.
Oh.
CMS
Crozier?
Roanoke.
Oh, the Roanoke, yeah.
Yeah.
Roanoke,
I mean, there were some rooms inside that we weren't being able to access, so possibly there were some markers stored inside.
There's markers everywhere, honestly. Like, even on the Terra Nova, I counted, like, when I was in there, at least 3 markers on the Terra Nova. Then you have the one on the...
Brusilov.
I think the Brusilov, and there might be some on the Hell, if I know, there might be some on the Greeley, too.
Yeah, we don't know, because we don't really see a whole lot of the ship, because there are, like, lots of closed-off doors and areas and such, so... You never know. It could be just buried in the deepest parts of the ship, and that's kind of the scary part, right? And it's left to our interpretation. But well, how'd we get to that? Because we're talking about that's right, Admiral Graves. So she went insane, confined to her quarters. Mahad took over, and it's funny that it wasn't an instantaneous, the process of enacting Scenario 5 wasn't instantaneous because they had posters up of, know your enemy. Basically the posters of necromorphs and where to shoot them, just, plastered around areas where, people were stationed. So the Sovereign Colony's soldiers, the SCAF, they were fully aware of the necromorph presence and how to, combat them, but eventually it just came to the point where I guess
it was just too much. It was too much. Yeah. It was just too much for them, and they just couldn't they wanted to contain it, but due to the containment reasons they couldn't, and they had to just erase everything. I mean, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to eat.
All good.
They weren't able to contain it for that much time either, because first they were running very low on rations or ration seals. 2, the ammunition, and 3rd, that even if the necromorphs weren't going to kill them, it will be either themselves or by what sections of the base where the soldiers were stationed, that they started to eat the infected flesh, by then becoming the feeders.
Feeders, yep. I guess the expedition as a whole was kind of like a Hail Mary. It's either we do this and we win, or we do this and we die. But regardless, if we have to die, EarthGov, the secessionists, can't get their hands on this information. I mean, hell, had they not enacted Scenario 5 quick enough, who knows? There could have been a necromorph infestation on the Terra Nova early enough for some maniac to try and pilot it back into a colonized area of space where there were humans, more people, and that just would have led to another outbreak, and then who knows, maybe a quicker end to Earth. So,
maybe Dr. Serrano might have had the codex and activated the machine.
Yeah, he could have. like, there's so many alternate paths to what could have happened that just didn't happen. Like, you know,
That's
I mean, it
what's
was
so
just,
interesting about Dead Space 3.
I mean, from the
yeah,
point of view from
I do love the
Mohad
Southern
and
Colony.
Serrano, both of them are good guys. The only that one of them was the scientific way, and the other one the military. Both had their reasons and their rights to do so. The only thing that Mahad didn't trust that much Serrano because, let's face it, your soldiers are getting decimated. You're losing ground. So, what else you got? And also losing territory over the succession in the succession wars. So, they were like literally fighting a lost cause.
Exactly, and plus, they didn't have shock point drives like that. Like,
I mean, they had,
space
but it
travel
was a different
very
time.
limited.
I think there were those designs were like I don't know if the first ones or a bit improved from the Hideo. I don't know what was it called of the guy that invented them, which is called. I mean, his surname is Ishimura, which was also part of the Black Marker project.
Wait, he himself was also a part of the issue,
Yes.
the Black Mark study.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
alongside with Michael Ullman and other scientists, archaeologists, and all kinds of special persons with different types to study the marker.
I guess like one final way to like talk about the whole scenario 5 is that it's like what you said, how Mahad, you know, he thinks from a military perspective. So the military, what they do when they're like you said, losing ground, they enact scorch earth policy, which, you know, has been done many times throughout our like humanity's military history. Soviet Union and like other I can't name it at the top of my head. China, you know, dismantling railways so Japanese couldn't use them. There's plenty of other cases I can't think of at the moment, but yeah, that's what a military does when like they have to give ground to the enemy. They just make it extremely hard for them. So this was just a more amped up scorch earth policy to like slow down the necromorph infestation before eventually just got out of hand and they got into space and spread to another colony.
Of course, and also because Mahal didn't trust it that much, Serrano, like, okay, if he was going to handle and give the codex to Serrano, like, it will do the result that he expected to do while activating the codex in the right way into destroying the moon, because we've seen from the Dead Space 3 ending that even with the machine activated, the Brethren Moon still was able to contact his brethren.
That whole moment just fucked me out. Stupid Carver, dumb fuck Carver.
Technically, Carver did the right thing, and I'll explain that right now. So they couldn't have destroyed that moon if Carver didn't activate it. It's kind of like turning something on and off for it to work.
So
and plus they had no idea where the other moons were.
Yeah, but the thing is that with that ending, they had a lot of time to activate the machine. But they had to deal with the cliche goodbye moment. Like,
I know,
Isaac
but like, still, I'm just thinking from perspective here. So they didn't know where the other moons were, so I would think it was probably the best decision for him to bring the moons to them so it would be easier to destroy it. That's why I think Carver isn't stupid for doing that.
I mean, but like
that didn't end well.
Yeah, he wasn't acting on.
He wasn't acting on that, but still.
Yeah, he was acting on like Isaac, don't do what I did, sort of thing. Don't let it all go dark, Isaac. But I don't know. I think they could have used the machine to defeat the moon, like, because as Serrano said, like turning it off will end us. Turning it on, you know, will pull the moon into the surface of the planet. I mean, that could have killed Isaac and Carver and possibly Ellie if they were there at the time.
Yeah, but there wasn't a 100% guaranteed result that the other one wouldn't wake up, you know? Because even if he was going to activate the machine, the moon will get his conscience back for a moment while he's descend into the planet's surface.
Even if they turn it on, like the machine, because I would have thought that my thought process behind it is that it's like you've got a dial and it can only turn 180 degrees and it starts facing up, so it starts at the 90-degree mark, and turning it to the left is turning the machine on, and turning it to the right is turning it off. And the way I saw it is Danik turned it to the right, so he turned it off, and then Isaac and Carver would turn it back on, pulling it back another 180 degrees to the left. So my thought process is, what if they just did it like at the start and just turned it to the left without turning it to the right? So the moon would stay dormant. They're not turning the machine off first, and they just pull the moon straight into the planet without waking it up. Like, because
I also noticed that too, and I was just wondering if that was just a...
Because it doesn't say, like, so I mean, Serrano doesn't say in any of the logs that turning the machine on will also wake up the moon. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but
not like a process. We have to
Either
wake
way,
it
he
up.
wasn't that sure. Either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean,
he's
it
like,
was-
I don't exactly know what will happen.
I mean, either way, it was going to be a gamble move.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So in that way, Mahad wasn't like all in for that plan because he wasn't sure of it. Either Serrano wasn't sure of it. So why risk the humanity for? I mean, risking it all for what? Like, if they are going to activate the machine and the brother moon will wake up, the humanity will be fucked up either. So I think that the sacrifice that the Scarf made to save the humanity was the right decision, in which quite interesting compared to the Urgaf that we got nowadays on the Dead Space universe, on the events of Extraction, Dead Space 1, 2, Severed, and 3.
yeah. Let's just build more markers. That'll help our energy crisis. What do you mean they don't give us unlimited energy?
I mean,
The thing is, Urkov was doing fucking experiments all the way back in the Southern Colonies. Like, what was that one place called? Aspera or Asperia.
no,
That's
but
one of
that's a sovereign colony. So
Yeah, like
That's the Southern Colonies place.
So first were the events of the Black Marker, while
Yeah, they did
Michael
that.
Allman was still alive, and then those two agents from the Dredger Corp, when they captured Michael Allman and got the data that I don't know why Allman extracted.
spoiler alert for anyone watching.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So I don't
Just
know
putting it
why-
out there.
So I don't know why Allman did that to extract all the data on the research, but that was literally the start of the unitology. So they used Michael Allman like as a martyr figure to start
You said
their church.
Thing is, Michael, like, he kind of was like a, what's his face, Kine, in a way, because he knew the marker was really dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should compare it with Kine, or maybe because he was aware about that his girlfriend was dead, but instead, compared to Kine, he was talking to her dead wife. Well, of the operation of the marker, but but Alma was aware of that. Like, okay, I know you're not my girlfriend.
I think Ghost meant like in terms of realizing, you know, the potential threat it could pose and doing
Exactly, that's
and
what
like
it is.
and like actively doing something about it. Because like what Altman didn't he like start out you know, wanting to like study the marker, and then eventually he's like, oh wait, no, I've got to end this, which is kind of what Kine did at the start. He wanted to learn the marker, but eventually he discovered, you know, its negative properties and realized,
Like,
all right,
oh, fuck.
yeah, let's scuttle the ship and like end us, just stop the red marker. But you know, that didn't work out. So yeah, I think that's what, you know, Ghost was trying to go for. In reality, Altman's just like a almost like a pre-Isaac, a proto-Isaac, if you will. You know.
Yeah, he's just misunderstood for some reason, which created unitology.
Yeah, that was a bummer. The whole ending where he's just thrown into the room with a brute.
Which
with
was
the
literally
spoon?
the guy that they created the brute was literally the one that killed her wife or girlfriend. I wasn't sure about that. but quite ironic. So the the brute that once was the man that killed his wife or girlfriend is going to be the same that he's going to kill him.
Dead Space loves dead wives and dead girlfriends, don't they?
I mean,
Apparently,
You get a dead wife, you get a dead girlfriend. Everyone gets a dead girlfriend.
the
apparently,
marker
if
likes
everyone-
to play with death.
Yeah, I think it's like the only ever time, or I think one of the sorry I interrupted. The only ever time you see a living person as a hallucination is the cult leader, the prophet, in Dead Space 3 Awakened. So he's alive, but he still appears as a hallucination. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure every other hallucination you see in the games is that of a dead. Oh, and actually no, the other person is McNeil seeing Lexine as a hallucination at the very end of Extraction.
It's
Those are
not
the two times that you see like an alive person as a hallucination.
it's
And
not
the rest of the
just
time it's dead.
the persons that the marker makes the victim hallucinate, but also zones of the parts of the ships. For example, on the water treatment, like you know that on the extraction you can change, you can select different ways.
Yeah.
There's one part on the water treatment. If you go to the left side, you don't realize that there's a fan in.
Oh yeah. And do they warn you before you run into it, right?
Yes, I mean escape is warning you. So it plays you as well like you don't realize that there's something that might kill you in front of you, but the marker makes it invisible, so to say. So if the necromons aren't going to kill you or other crazy persons, it's going to be your mental state, like playing with your mind.
The
you think? I'm sorry.
I was just gonna make a joke saying the inner machinations of my marker are an enigma. The marker is such a divine and confusing entity. You go, Ghost.
Okay, so the ending of Extraction. Do you think McNeil was somehow like not alive, but in a sense like he conscious when he was a necromorph in a way?
Yeah,
But he couldn't control his body.
I don't think so.
I think so. Like in terms of consciousness, like yes, he couldn't control his actions, but he could. Like he was sitting in the seat, watching it happen, realizing, oh shit. I do believe there's some form of consciousness, not in some necromorphs, not all, but some. Like
Yeah, because you have the Guardians. I think Exploders is one of them.
I mean, Guardians, the some Fodders as well. Fodders have got a bit more of a speech. It could just be like the remnants of their memories coming back to them, sort of thing. Either their brains are probably all mush by now,
or only that part of the brain that still activate that stimulates the survival instincts.
Yeah, like why else would a slasher flail its arms when it's lit on fire if they couldn't feel anything? They're like it's either like a response to a memory of what fire was when they were alive, so they're acting like it, or they legitimately feel pain.
More like that, they are acting like animals.
Oh yeah, especially stalkers.
Yeah, just like Dr. Howard specified in Extraction.
Yeah. The one from the recent meme you made.
Oh yes. I mean, the behavior is basically identical to animal behavior, like hunting in pack, adapting, learning from, like playing dead until one victim comes closer and goes parry the headless.
There's actually like instances where you see a lot of necromorphs deliberately not try and attack people, like they just watch them from the vents, and that's not just like stalkers we're talking like slashers and stuff as well. In like the Dead Space comic, you see like encounters
in
of
Dead Space
slashers.
1 when you have that leaper.
Oh yeah, that too. And also like slashers in Dead Space comic are watching as the Slavic miner lady is like walking out of the Aegis 7 colony and just like watching her move. Like they know she's under the influence of the marker, so they're not attacking her. Either they they could if they wanted to. They just choose not to, or there's something in them that tells them not to.
Yeah, I mean, that's
very
quite
weird.
interesting.
You got to think if it's like either the necromorphs that are actually actively not attacking that person, or if it's the marker telling them not to. Like it's always like a
like
it's
Dr.
always a 50-50.
Mercer, for example, surviving that long.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Or Kine's technically also under the influence of the marker, and he's also not dead. It could be luck, and it could also be a mix of marker influence.
Yeah,
Saying
but
Necros don't
compared to Dr. Mercer, I mean, for him, I think the whole outbreak just made him act the way he wanted to be. That unitologist side of inside of him. By creating the hunter, experimenting on survivors, killing them, like we see him doing to Jacob and Elizabeth.
To be honest, I don't think he was under influence of the market.
No, he was just enjoying. He was like on vacation. I was like, oh my god, what a blessing! Thank you. Almond be praised. God's plan.
And God's plan. And not to mention the crazy fucking plan he had to bring the necromorphs to like Earth and other colonies and stuff with like the frozen corpses.
I mean,
that was a very like far-fetched plan. Like you gotta think it's like on Danik scale level of unitologist terrorism.
But Mercer is a better villain.
Yeah, honestly, if like Mercer had survived and like somehow fled the Ishimura at the time of like chapter 10 instead of like killing himself to the infector, imagine our faces had we like seen him in Dead Space 3 as the person who goes, Isaac Clarke, just the man I was looking for. Except instead you see Mercer's his beard's grown bigger, he's got like a survivalist beard, and he's like, he's all rugged and shit. That'd be freaking.
I can imagine him being like Dr. Octopus on the new Spider-Man movie. Hello, Mr. Clarke.
Hello, Mr. Clarke.
Your persistence surprises me. God damn it. In before someone makes that a meme now.
Probably.
Well, we all are candidates to make the meme, so...
Yeah, damn right. We're all experienced. That's what happens when you...
memers.
That's what happens when you enter the Facebook group. You're just like, once you get in, you can't get out. And you'll start having these ideas lurking in the back of your head of like, damn, this really deep scene in Dead Space can be skewed to make some very obscure and funny meme.
So, okay, I just remembered what I was going to talk about. So, you know how, what's-his-face froze the necromorphs? I wonder what EarthGov on Titan Station did with those frozen necromorphs. When they got the fucking Ishimar back. Because those necromorphs couldn't have just turned into goop because they were fucking frozen.
Oh, shit.
On that part, I mean, that's a bit explained on Dead Space Salvage comic, in which after the protagonist leaves the ship with the Oracle infiltration ship, he tells the EarthGov agents the location of the USS Ishimura, and at the end of the comic it's stated that they had to kill the necromorphs and clean up the ship.
But yeah, he meant like specifically the frozen ones in chapter 5, because
exactly.
Yeah, because the corpses, the necromorphs themselves were frozen by Mercer. So I think the question was, does the marker being like destroyed turn dead frozen necromorphs into goop, or do they just stay preserved because they're frozen? Like, does the power of the marker being destroyed?
If you are going to compare them after the frozen necromorphs on the crypt, they could be also a possibility that those were bodies that were, let's say, extracted by some fanatic unitologist, left on the ground, and then an infector will come by and convert them into slashers, and they will just like stay there and get frozen, get that frozen texture until a victim comes by.
Huh?
I like to think, this is just theory though, I like to think that, okay, Titan Station didn't have anything going wrong with it, even with that pre-built marker in there. have anything going on with it until the Ishimura got there. But that's just a thing, because you have those frozen necromorphs in there, and they took out those necromorphs and to study on them. That's when I think that marker got power to it, quote unquote.
I think the
No,
I like
I think
start of the
the events that trigger more the outbreak were the
mines.
the action no the
Kill
actions
themselves.
the actions of the vandal, and as well the group of unitologists coming closer to the to the Urgar shard, well, to the Titan shard, and just commit suicide.
Because they were close enough to the signal. So
Of
like
course.
basically all that's why the mines are the most heavily infected area of the sprawl. That's because that's basically the ground zero where like the outbreak started, and from there, like you said, with Vandal releasing them to public sector, that's how it's
in
progressed
which
to
the
Isaac.
in which the Alpha and Bravo squads were the ones that saw it first-handedly.
Yeah, yep. So like the outbreak was definitely started by the marker heads down in the mines, but then it was left up to Vandal to be bamboozled yet again to release the
Yeah.
necromorphs in the public sector. Damn it, Vandal! Stop being so
Well,
gullible.
well, more like damn Vandal, damn Tyler.
The whole entire. I'm sorry, I keep going back to the fucking frozen necromorph bullshit, but the frozen necromorph thing, them removing them, I think that explains the fucking not the hive mind, but the fucking other hunter thing in fucking Dead Space 2. So, excuse me?
The Ubermorph.
The Ubermorph. I think that explains the Ubermorph and why it was regenerating. That was probably one of Mercer's previous experiments.
Oh, I'm
not so sure. The only experiment
I'm
that
not
Mercer
so sure
did.
about that, but that's just a theory.
a game theory, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the point why we're here, right? To discuss lore and also theories.
Yeah.
Like my thought process when it came to the Ubermorph was it was one of the first created necromorphs on the sprawl, possibly also in the mines. Hence why you see it in the government sector for the first time when you shut down the power, because it comes from the mines. Who knows? It could have been lurking down there with Isaac, and we just never got to see it until like we got to the government sector when we punched a hole through the bulkhead door. So yeah, I think it's one of the patient zeros of the necromorph outbreak. It was probably made in the same way as the hunter, like maybe it was corruption being injected into the brain, either by
experiment.
sorry.
Most likely. Critical experiment, most likely. Sorry, I'm in the middle of eating noodles.
I mean,
feeder.
I mean, what's interesting is that Strauss knew about it.
Knew
like,
about what?
About the Ubermorph. Like when you start remember, he'll come back. He'll start coming back. Like referring to the Ubermorph.
Or something.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about that too.
I was talking about Strauss. Like
Yeah,
he
no,
knew
but
about
like-
the presence of the existence of the Ubermorph, so that's why he warned Isaac. Like when you start remembering, he'll start coming back.
But then he looks at the person who is coming back and he's talking to the kid.
Yeah, but
Like, look at you, you've grown up so much. And then he's like, where are you going? And he starts following it, but it's not there.
yeah, but what happened when Isaac activated the marker blueprint on his brain? What came after him?
The Ubermorph came after him.
Hmm?
Yeah, the Ubermorph came after him.
Yeah, because he was the only subject left in order to start to resume the convergence.
Yeah, but we also saw the Ubermorph before that too. Like, canonically, at the start of chapter 13.
Yeah,
do you mean
when you open the
you
doors?
Yeah, so do you mean like why the Ubermorph specifically targeting Isaac after completing the steps? Right, okay. So the Ubermorph ignores him, prior, and just goes straight through the government sector, just walking in like a Chad.
Yeah, but before that he was following Strauss, because at that moment he was a bit more aware about the symbols and the experiments. Well, the
And
steps.
yeah, it's not until Stross was killed by Isaac, then then Lubomorph decided to, I guess, shift its focus, right? Because Isaac was the last one.
I mean, the only
Alright,
obstacle that the Necromorphs had was accessing the marker site, which
Yeah, I
is
guess
what Isaac did.
I never really thought of that theory. Yeah, I never thought about that. I also, I mean, it's pretty obvious for everyone. Lubomorph looks very alien compared to other necromorphs, and that also begs the theory that it's also a juvenile hive mind from the first game that's like in development because it's got the same characteristics like the 5 eyes, the 5 little like jaw markings, the rib cage, the back appendages. Like it's basically like a mobile hive mind with it's also apparently harder to kill because it regenerates. It's a shame. It's fortunate the hive mind doesn't fucking regenerate.
Maybe that's just another variant, but there was a hive mind aboard the Titan, which is the one that the Vandal kills in order to prevent the explosion of the reactor.
Oh yeah,
I was about to say that.
the boss hive mind. It's I mean, like it sucks it didn't actually get a name. They just call it the boss, and it just uses like the same sound effects as the hive mind. But yeah, it's pretty
The
much.
boss.
It might as well just be a hive mind. Here though, we don't know if it's controlling the necromorphs. We just see it strangling the core, which I don't know how that works.
I don't know why it was on the core anyway.
Yeah, wouldn't that be hot as fuck? wouldn't it like burn it?
Yeah, what was that?
So get down from there, okay? He just gets off and like just runs away.
The boss, I told you to get down from the ceiling fan. I don't want to get down from the ceiling fan, but get down from the ceiling fan. Okay.
I do not want to come down. It's warm here. I am at the reactor. You do have no idea how much temperature it is.
Just vibing up there, not knowing how like his skin's just slowly burning.
Like
it's funny they got the sound effects for those. The hive mind was like amplified pig sound effects, like pigs squealing.
I mean, for a mobile game, it was well done. Like you gotta give credit to Iron Monkeys for making it.
I gotta replay it. I mean, the other build that I saw that I was planning on getting, they said that there was no audio to it, which was a shame. So I gotta find a fix for that.
I mean, I did have the paid version, but still.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I had it too, but yeah, now it's just you can't get it.
I mean, it depends on the phone you had, on the version of Android or something like that.
I played on the iPad. Went back when I had an iPad.
Oh, fuck you.
Big screen supremacy.
So you had the access to the heavy pulse rifle.
iPhone didn't.
Only iOS had access.
Oh right, so that's right. You said you played on Android. Right. Yeah. I had access to the heavy pulse rifle.
Damn
I
it.
forgot that was only an iOS thing. It was alright. It eventually got pretty boring to use though. So
yeah, but you had a horde mode.
Yeah, I know, but even then it got boring just using the fucking heavy pulse rifle.
Yeah, but still, screw you.
I'm trying to make you feel better by saying it wasn't all it was cooked up to be, and now you just say fuck you.
I wanted that goddamn horde mode. Like Jesus.
Like, wait, you didn't get horde mode too?
No.
Oh man, I'm learning a lot in this podcast. Man, you guys suck. You should get iPhone. I'm kidding. I stopped getting. I don't have an iPhone anymore.
BodyCounter ban.
God damn. The
I'm gonna send you to the vacuum.
And the pulse rifle though, the heavy pulse rifle to begin with, it's strange. It's got like an unlimited, like an unlimited firing rate. You know, you got to have something as a cool unlockable for like the end of the game sort of thing.
I mean, the core extractor was one nice as well.
Yeah. I love it. Not just the core extractor from mobile, but also like the extraction weapons. I think that's pretty cool. That's something to talk about. That'd be pretty interesting. The weapons of Dead Space.
I did try it out, the arc wielder, and the alt fire that fires like a charge projectile that explodes
Yeah.
after a few seconds.
Yeah.
It's quite useful against hordes, against several necromorphs coming at you.
Oh, good.
Also,
And
if you combine that with force gun and line gun, oh, perfection. Especially on impossible mode.
I love hoarding up necromorphs in the first game. I love hoarding them up into a single spot, stasising the ground, and then I just I place a line gun at their line gun mine at their feet. So satisfying.
Yeah,
You
but
know that,
you need to stasis the necromorphs that are in front of you, you know, in order for the other ones to stack together, and then for the line gun to alt fire to be effective against them.
Yeah, but I do a lot of juking where I run up to a necromorph and I coax them into trying to hit me, and they do the both arms doing the downward thrust thing. But it's sort of like a back up, and then once they finish the animation, I move forward up to them, and then I stasis them when they're all together. So it's a whole process of juking them. Sorry, Ghost, you're about to say something?
okay, so you know that rifle in Dead Space Aftermath? The
Oh, yeah.
one with the EDF Marines?
Yeah, yep.
And it has the fucking secondary fire as a taser. I don't. It looks like a fucking secret rifle, but
It does look like a secret rifle.
It does look like a secret rifle.
Even the pistols they have, the plasma pistols, they even got the same flaps on the secret rifle, or on the front of the front of the receiver / barrel area. Yeah, it's a very interesting feature. But yeah, they do kind of look like carbon copies of the secret rifle. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we only see them in the 3D CGI bits, so odds are they just grab the model from the fucking game Dead Space 2. It's yeah, let's just port this in. Can't be fucked.
Yeah, what I really like about it, because it's probably a smaller caliber that's capable of full auto fire, and so instead of a sniper rifle, it's like a what do you call it? A marksman rifle or some shit.
Possibly, yeah. Could be faster firing semi-auto. But yeah, that taser feature was, it's handy. It's very convenient that they had it on them. When a stormtrooper has the set to stun on their
Exactly.
the E11 blasters.
Did
How
you
very
just-
convenient that a military weapon has a stun gun on it.
Did you just call it a stormtrooper?
No, I was referencing.
EDF,
Yeah, I was
Marine is a fucking stormtrooper.
No, but I was also referencing how in Star Wars stormtroopers with the E11 blaster have the stun feature on them. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
what it
the
says
circle
stormtrooper.
one.
Yeah, the one stun layer with. But yeah, it's very convenient that they had the taser on those weapons. Either though today's military, we don't see our soldiers running around with stun guns as a backup weapon, a utility of them. Only the police do.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you see the EarthGov guards with the stun battens.
Mm-hmm.
Quite useless. Well, works well on civilians, not gonna lie. But when they become fodders, it's even more effective.
I don't think any weapon's effective on a fodder. Those things just defy they defy the whole point of dismemberment. You take one arm off, it gets stuck in an animation where it's invincible until the animation's done, where it turns from full body into the walking legs with 3 tentacles. It's bullshit. I mean, the fact that you can't dismember it in that time is just so annoying. It really grinds my gears.
Why my gears?
You know what really grinds my gears? Fodders from Dead Space 3.
They're fucking annoying. I don't like them.
Fuck fodders. Me and my homies hate fodders.
I fucking hate them, dude. They're fucking. I do
Tonight,
not like them at
on
all.
bottom space.
You just gotta hope you have a contact beam or a seeker rifle, just a really good one
Fucking
hit.
have a rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's just waste a single rocket launcher on a fodder or 2, but it's worth it just so you don't have to spend so much ammo to fucking kill it. Yeah, understandable.
I'm missing
Come on,
rifle
wait.
is quite-
Carver, why do you keep asking me for ammo? Isaac, these fodders
Fucking
everywhere.
Fucking fodders. I want to know where Vandal was in the fucking Titan Station, and because that shit looked exactly like Bishmar. It's probably I know it's probably copy paste, but still.
I mean,
Wait,
those
you
were
wonder
the
what- wait,
textures. He's talking about the Dead Space Mobile.
With Dead Space Mobile, where Vandal was on Titan Station.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked exactly like fucking Nishima.
I mean, could be the textures that visual games often gave to Iron Monkeys in order to make the game design and
Yeah,
levels.
that's all.
Gotta cut him some slack.
Exactly.
Well, at least they did a good job. They did a phenomenal job for making a game on that scale for mobile.
Yeah, especially for mobile. I love the fact they had a horde mode to begin with. Like, it's a shame that the main Dead Space trilogy 1 to 3 doesn't have a feature like that. It'd be cool if it did.
There's that fucking weapon arena thing on Dead Space 3.
And
That's as
also,
close as it.
Oh yeah, technically, yeah, I guess you're right for that. But yeah, like a legitimate like horde mode, that'd be so.
and also Dead Space Mobile is, I think, is the only one in which your health regenerates after time.
Yeah.
Vandal's just built like that.
Built different.
Yeah.
She got
Built
super special wig.
fucking built different, dude.
Love the concept art for like Vandal's suits and stuff and helmets. Very unique because you don't really see that kind of rig arm. Like yes, of course it's mobile, so it's going to be a bit bulky and like a box looking. But at the same time, the helmets and the visors and the armor plating is a lot unique than seen in other Dead Space games, which I don't mind. Like I love a lot of the helmets in the Dead Space mobile, especially the starting helmet and the last helmet you get, like in terms of suit upgrades.
Oh yes.
I mean, I think the starting helmet's probably the most iconic, the one with the very wide indigo visor.
Just like the level 1 suit. Just like my suit, the level 1 suit.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's like a throwback to that classic.
My tears.
Second, just checking something. Alright, all good. Man, what else?
Talking about weapons, the river gun, the version from the Extraction, Dead Space 2, and Dead Space 3.
Oh, wow. Alright. Well,
I
do you
mean,
want to go first?
I did experience
Alright.
the Dead Space Extraction of the river gun, and compared to the Dead Space 2 one, it's far superior.
It is.
But
It
compared
does
to
go
Dead
there.
Space 3, it's I mean, the Dead Space 3 variant is the most powerful.
It is. You got I think you did a pretty good summary. The Dead Space Dead Space Extraction was just it's all about power, low fire rate, and low capacity. But you make up just like you just take a limb off like at any point you can, and it like all of this just works. And
Yeah. Meanwhile,
and plus you get unlimited ammo. Yeah, it's just
I did
you know
found,
it's a weapon.
I did found the best weapon to combine it with the river gun being the force gun. Like, apart from doing damage to all the limbs, with the river gun it's just like shot once and that's it. Even on the hardest difficulty.
I was very disappointed that the rivet gun was as weak as it was in Dead Space 2 and 7. I mean, like, why? If you're gonna introduce a new weapon as like a DLC item of all things, why is it so pitiful compared to like Extraction? It's just like I started a hardcore run recently on Dead Space 2, and I was using a rivet gun only, and even like when I was trying to fully upgrade the damn thing. By chapter 2, it still required quite a few shots to try and fully end an enemy. So at a point, I just found myself throwing a lot of things with kinesis, just trying to save ammo. Because either though if you have good aim, you can take all the limbs off within 4 to 6 shots. Enough limbs with 4 to 6 shots. You're still chewing through a lot more ammo than you would with the plasma cutter.
And which is better to use a pulse rifle rather than that.
Yeah,
honestly, with the fucking rivet gun, like, I just fucking spam that shit at the enemy until it fucking dies.
What?
Because it's
Which one?
yeah, the Dead Space 2 one.
All
Like
right.
I just because the drop rate on its ammo is fucking insane. So I mean, like
Yeah, the ammo does stack really high, so that's.
I
But
don't
at
know.
the same rate, it's also like chewing through a lot more ammo
Hmm.
than the other weapons as well. So it kind of like negates the whole high drop rate if you're just running through that ammo regardless, like at an equal pace. But yeah, as Helios said, the Dead Space 3 one's probably the ultimate. Like either it's not as it's not as powerful as the
Hmm.
extraction rivet gun.
I mean, if you're
It does
going to
have a
compare it to the stock versions, the extraction one wins
if you're
with
gonna compare it to the what? Sorry.
with the stock to the stock version, like without upgrading them, without doing the
Oh,
upgrades.
oh right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the Rivet gun, the extraction variant wins because of the charge shot and the normal shot. Because the charge
And
shot does a
unlimited.
lot of damage. Like
But
it can literally dismember an enhanced slasher blade with one shot.
oh, perfect, nice.
Hmm?
Can I was yeah, I said perfect, nice. Can the plasma cutter do that fully upgraded with in one shot?
No.
All right then, yeah. I guess that settles that question. I mean, it's fortunate that Dead Space 3 has the weapon crafting and enhancing mechanic,
Yeah, you
because
can
then we can
literally
get this
make
very,
the perfect Rivet
very
gun
yeah the perfect the
with
perfect
electrocution
weapon.
module, electric
Yep,
charge,
one
electrocution
shot
module,
into the chest.
and you just need to add on the top on the upper tools damage, fire rate. I think it was 2 fire rates or 3 fire rates and 1 with clip, and then on the
I just
bottom
fucking
one
fill that thing with fire
reload
rate.
and clip. That's it.
You literally just hit him in the chest, and then you hit the alt fire, and just takes a slasher down. And if you're lucky enough, sometimes it takes a few enhanced ones down on high difficulties.
And the fucking Twitcher needs a few shots.
Yeah. I mean, hell, you could even if you're desperate, you can like fire a shot at the ground at a bunch of necromorphs charging at you. You fire a shot at the ground, you hit the alt fire, and it stuns them. It stuns them from doing the running animation, so it gives you like a bit of time to respite.
Well, but still, it cannot compare to my telemetry smoothie.
You're gonna always bring that fucking thing up.
No,
Oh,
it's
yes.
the fucking the fucking wheelchair and fucking Severed is probably the best weapon in the whole fucking game.
Oh
I'm just
man,
saying, I got one shot by that shit.
yeah. For context for the people watching, that was just brilliant. Like so in that moment in Severed, you're just you walk in chapter 2, you're walking through the hallway, you fight the pack, and out of nowhere, Victor Bartlett just yeets the fucking wheelchair. Yeets the wheelchair. I was gonna say yeets the wheelchair. And Ghost, you were like at yellow health, and it fucking killed you instantly,
Yeah,
right?
I was like at the edge of like yellow and blue.
Yeah, and
I fucking like exploded on impact. I was like, ooh, I'm not even mad. I was even.
I
fucking
wasn't mad either when it happened. I didn't know it was even possible. I thought it just stunned you. I didn't know it killed you. Because when I did it, I deliberately had low health to see if it did kill me. So I was at red health, playing on I'm pretty sure Zealot, and I initiated the animation. And it just knocked me to the ground. I didn't get dismembered. I just fell to the ground limp. But yeah, I recorded that scene specifically so I can get Victor's voice line, like when he goes "fuck you, Weller," when he
Weller.
gets the wheelchair.
Fuck you, Weller.
Well,
Yeah,
That
that's the most.
shit's fucking hilarious, dude.
Apparently, we could have used that wheelchair as a kinesis, weapon.
Yeah.
Insta kills any necromorph we throw it at.
I wish that wheelchair was in Dead Space 3. And you just fucking no. I wish that wheelchair like was the fucking Devil's Horns instead. Like you can replace the fucking Devil's Horns with a fucking wheelchair gun.
instead
that.
of Isaac saying "bang, bang, bang," it just has Victor saying "fuck you,
Fuck you."
fuck you, Weller."
Yeah, pretty much. I would love that.
I'm just scared about what you are going to do. Because if you already did the Reaper Bang, I don't want to see that wheelchair.
Imagine the possibilities.
Imagine.
The only thing they fear is the wheelchair.
This is the wheelchair.
And
Don't
you know
do
how like with the devil horns and the hand cannon, if you melee a necromorph, it also has like increased damage. So imagine if you're like meleeing with the wheelchair in your hand, and it still does massive damage as well. just doing haymakers as Isaac or Gabe with the wheelchair in your hand. It's like clipping through walls and shit, and you're just smacking necromorphs.
I won't really want to know, like, what would have happened if Gabe and Isaac, like, met up on the same pathway.
He'll be like literally with a wheelchair. I'm gonna disable you, necromorph.
What? No, they'd team up.
Ugh.
I think they'd team up. Because
Yeah.
I don't think Gabe was I don't think Gabe was on board the whole killing of key subjects, especially when he realized the key subjects included his wife.
Well,
And
Exactly.
since Isaac was a part of the
do,
subjects, he'd probably
do you remember
oh.
that pregnant Ghosty? The one that was literally doing rolls in the air?
Oh yeah, the one in the fucking that show's fucking
That was
hilarious.
spinning.
He did a whole. He went around the fucking aquarium, around it again, then back to you at the fucking elevator. I'm like, huh, cool, nice.
Spin.
Been cool if yeah, I mean, you just reminded me, thinking about the whole Gabe and Isaac uniting, just thought of the alternate Dead Space 3 co-op partner sort of thing, where it's like, what if Hammond survived the events of Dead Space 1 and 2 and eventually became like the co-op character to Isaac in Dead Space 3? Obviously, sorry?
I don't know if Gabe knew Isaac, to be fair.
Maybe he did at some point. I mean, it's a pretty small universe. Everyone seems to like know each other from something. Whether it's like Gabe and McNeil from the Mars Riots, Resource Wars, and Isaac knows crew on the Ishimura. I mean, there's a chance that
Yeah, because when you're in the sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's like Isaac's been on board the Ishimura, so he not only does he might know. Like, obviously, he knows about the miners on the mining deck in Chapter 7. It's as hinted by, like, his personal log. So he's a most definite thing that he's at least met or, like, passed by Gabe on the Ishimura at one point. Maybe. You never know. He could have met, like, some other high-ranking, like, I guess, like, officer. He could have met the captain. He could have met bridge staff that we see in, like, Dead Space Downfall. Yeah,
I don't know about the captain, but regarding maybe Isaac didn't knew Jacob Temple.
didn't know.
No, didn't know.
Did know, yeah. That would be cool if he did. I mean, shit. I felt so bad for Jacob Temple. He's literally just Isaac without a suit, just trying to find Elizabeth, and then rock up in Chapter 10. They're all like Elizabeth's already dead on the ground. When I first played the game, I was very young when I played it, so I was just kind of like, haha, funny marker man stabbed person in head. I'm going to kill marker man later. But then when I rewatch it, replay it now.
That shit's fucked up.
Yeah, I just watch it. It is. And so, like,
I mean,
with the remake, you got to think it's like, now that Isaac's going to have a voice, will he interact with what's happening in that cutscene? Like, will he try and scream at Mercer through the window, trying to tell him to stop, or some other stuff? Or maybe he'll make a comment about Jacob when he like walks in his vicinity when he has to go into the room later.
I mean, Mercer would be like, Mr. Clark, it's God's plan. He needs to die.
God's plan. It's always God's plan.
God's plan. Jesus.
Man, the weapons in remake, I do debate what's gonna happen with them.
We already know we got the pulse rifle and the fucking.
Oh yeah. So,
I hope he's going to have the shotgun, alt fire, like the one from the
oh
extraction.
yeah, the Fletchet one, that was great.
Also comparing to the alt fires from the games, on extraction, what weapons we got? So the plasma gun is the same, vertical, horizontal.
Yep.
Rivet gun, shooting rivets, and then shooting charge rivets. Arc wielder, firing electricity, and then a charge mind cells, I think, which is the only time the arc wielder is even mentioned or showed in the game. the PSEC pistol, in which, despite its appearance in the downfall, it's quite effective against the necromorphs, especially with the alt fire, which is literally like a compact shotgun.
I loved it too.
I
Go on.
fucking love the PSEC
Not-
pistol, dude.
Not like a compact shotgun, if not like a, what was it called, burst fire mode.
Yeah, it's just really fast. It almost seems like one shot.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from that, all the weapons are the same.
What's the force guns alt for?
Mind grenade.
Oh,
Basically,
right, like the
The
first
same,
one.
yeah, the same one from the first. As well for the flamethrower, in which, quite funny, it does work on vacuum space.
Oh shit! All right then. That's something I didn't know either. The
The more you know.
yeah, that's the more you know. Yeah, exactly. One thing I would consider for the remake would be other than with the return of like all the weapons we've seen in the first game, it would be cool to add some weapons in that particular like extraction sort of field, like the divot, both in extraction and downfall. The arc welder, and perhaps maybe they could change it up a bit more so it's a bit more effective.
Yeah.
And who knows? You gotta hope, like I hope for a fact, that they implement melee based weapons that can like take up a slot, something like the rock saw from extraction and downfall, or the plasma saw from downfall. And like I have different ways in how they would work, like just like balance them out and shit, because I feel like it'd be a very abusive weapon to try and clap necros like too quickly and just make games.
Literally converting Isaac into Samurai Isaac.
Samurai Isaac, yeah.
It'd be funny fucking put the rate of fire all the way up on the goddamn whatever it's called.
Yeah, like the hydraulic engine. That's
the hydraulic engine.
that's something that can't. That's something we can't. That can't happen if they plan on doing it for the remake. They gotta like tweak that shit.
Yeah.
So like if it was the rock saw, I can like sorry. Let me start with the plasma saw. If they were to do the plasma saw in the remake, I think it would be fair if it was a very sluggish, slow swing. Like when you first get the hydraulic engine for Dead Space 3 and you put no upgrades to it, it's very, very slow to swing. And it's all about timing to try and like sever a limb off to get lucky and hit its limb instead of the torso. And if it was the plasma saw, it could potentially use the same ammo as the plasma cutter, so that it becomes a choice of it becomes like a thought when you're in an encounter. Shit, do I want to use the plasma cutter and like hit him from afar, or do I want to try and conserve ammo and use the plasma saw and like wait for until they get up close and get like a guaranteed hit to really deal some like massive damage? Because I feel like if it has like a slow fire rate, runs on the same ammo as the plasma cutter, but does insane damage while being super slow, that would be pretty cool. And it also has to take a slot. It can't be just like something you have in the inventory passively. Like I think if it takes up a slot, that'd be also a pretty good way to balance it. And I guess for the rock saw, it could kind of work like an extraction, except yes, it needs to be slower, because you can just spam that like crazy like in extraction to like stun a necromorph or a human. But giving it something like a cooldown, like after a set amount of swings, would also be something worth, I guess, implementing to try and like balance it. Because again, you want to avoid people trying to abuse the mechanic, and make it like just this overpowered weapon that you want to use instead of using the multitude of other weapons in the game.
Like Metal Gear Rising, but with a sword, but it's a rock saw.
Oh yeah. Something like a cooldown.
Insert a Rules of Nature song.
Rules of Nature. Just cut up necromorph, slice and dice. Bullseye.
The hive mind being literally the tutorial boss.
Oh my god. What about you guys? What's your take on possible like other weapons coming into the remake, or melee weapons as well?
I think,
mean,
coming from the perspective of Isaac, I don't think the melee will be an option for combat, if not more for dangerous tasks regarding repairing the ship, so to say. because knowing that Isaac has military training, he will go more for a safer way, like attacking the Necromorphs from distance.
True. Yeah, I guess so.
Like it won't be like the typical engineer, like Samuel Irons, by Irons from finding those plasma cells.
Then again, the
And
security team also use the plasma swords as well, and they're also
yeah,
pretty handy. That even though they primarily have to, work with sidearms, firearms.
I mean it works
I
well
want
if
some
you're
more
against.
military weapons.
I mean it works well against few Necromorphs, but if a lot of them comes at you, you'll get tired. Obviously.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened with Samuel. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Ghost?
It would be nice if we got more military weapons instead of just the pulse rifle and the secret rifle.
More military weapons. Like, besides, I mean, the Divot's kind of it's like a universal weapon, like for multiple things. Like, yeah, the like EarthGov could use it, but it's also used among the like security forces, so to speak, as well.
Yeah.
So, what you're saying? Stuff like secret rifle, or what?
Like for like the PSEC pistol or something like that.
mean,
Something like the fucking unknown rifle we were talking about. You can use the stun feature to stun the fucking necromorph and then shoot its things off.
I don't know if that stun will work that efficient to then Necromorphs, but it could be a good try.
It was a good try.
Something, yeah. The also when it comes to bench upgrades in the remake, the like, what is it? If you're gonna have all the returning weapons with skill trees and stuff, and also possibly new weapons like stuff from Extraction. Yeah, these are just all It's all
Speculations.
Speculations. Yeah, hypothesizing. I was debating whether we'd see a return of special upgrades. Because like I really like the special upgrades in 2. It was a cool little quirk you could give to like a weapon. That would just give them like that little extra edge in combat. That would give them like a cool little signature effect. And I was thinking, imagine if they could put a spec upgrade to like more weapons in the remake, and possibly even for like the weapons we may not have seen in the first game, such as like what weapons they could introduce from Extraction, like the arc welder or the rivet gun. Because I was thinking of certain things like that. Like one thing that was on my mind is how the pulse rifle. People are very conflicted when it comes to the pulse rifle in terms of its alt fire. Some people like the 360 fire it does in the first game. I like the grenade launcher alt fire from Dead Space 2 and the Extraction flechette shotgun alt fire. And so it hit me. Imagine if there was like an upgrade. Sorry, there was a part of the upgrade tree on the bench for the pulse rifle where you have 2 parts, and they're 2 special upgrades, but they're mutually exclusive, meaning you can only get one of them. Once you get one, you can't get the other. Like it's just blocked. And what these special upgrades do is they give you a new alt fire mode. So the pulse rifle could start with a 360 fire, but doing one of these 2 upgrades gives you one of the 2 alt fires from the other games. The one on the left could be the grenade launcher, and the one on the right could be the flechette shotgun from Extraction. And having that,
they're all different pulse rifles though.
like different makes. Well, but at the same time, like the pulse rifle, like the Extraction pulse rifle and the one from Dead Space 1, they look exactly the same.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, they're the same. And Dead Space 2 one, it looks the same.
Yes.
I need to have like another.
No,
I
it's
need
the
to look
same.
this up.
Yeah. All right, I guess they are the same, but like
It's
I guess
the same
Ghost
version,
meant
but the only thing that they have different doll fighters.
yeah, like, but I'm think Ghost was talking about like the model make, because in Dead Space 2 it has been insert 3 years since Dead Space 1, so they probably replaced the redundant alt fire of the Dead Space 1 pulse rifle with the grenade launcher.
Depending on on the stations and as well on the
Oh yeah, true.
experienced soldiers, so they might have access to
Different
the
alt-fires.
to the
models
experimental
with different
weapons, so say, to try
Yeah,
them out on
so
the field.
so having an option like that on the bench where you can choose between two different alt fires using a special upgrade would be interesting because you can show Isaac's like ingenuity with wanting to like adapt his pulse rifle to the situation he finds himself in, and it also like pleases every person who prefers a certain alt fire from one of the games. Because I personally think, yeah, I agree with you about the flechette shotgun. I think it's really satisfying in Extraction, and having it in Dead Space 1, that would be really cool because it would be like our legit shotgun of Dead Space. Because the Force gun, you know, it's kind of like a shotgun, but it's not really because it's not really projectile. It's like gravity amplification. Yeah, like our legitimate shotgun. That'd be super cool.
That'll be interesting.
But yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
there's plenty of other like ideas I have for spec upgrades, but you know, yeah, I don't want to take up too much time just talking
Well,
about that.
leaving aside the weapons section,
Yeah.
Ghosty, could you explain a bit the events of the Catalyst, which was one of the three of the main marker sites?
Like, is there
The-
a specific thing you want me to
the-
talk about, or like what?
The Aspera
Yeah, 'cause-
events. That was literally a marker site.
Oh, the Aspera events.
Yes.
So, from what I know from Aspera, it's a place they kept fucking patients there, I think, for test subjects there. And they've been doing that since, like, sovereign colonies.
I think I think
to,
apart
like,
from
bring the
patients,
pres-
it's are also political prisoners and other stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Political prisoners and all that. It's like it wasn't. Yeah, it was chosen. I think there's 3 military installations, whatever, for the black marker, and that was one of them.
Yeah, the first one was Aspera, second one Aegis 7, and the third one Proxima Centuria. Centuria, I think it was called. But the part about but the thing about Aspera is that apart from being a marker site, it was also like a remotely prison.
Look at Alien 3. Was it?
That's exactly what I was thinking of when
Yeah.
I was thought of Aspera.
Yeah.
When I read the book.
Because like yeah, it's Alien 3. It was alright. It was an alright movie, but yeah, I like that. I like that setting. Like you know, prisoners with no weapons being forced to fight something that's like the perfect organism. And so yeah, when I read that Aspera was like set on that kind of like a very similar setting to that, I was like, ooh, this is interesting. Getting flashbacks. They were doing also like human experimentation on Aspera.
Mhm.
God, that's fucked. And this is around this is also around I mean, in general, Catalyst is a lot less. There's a lot more plot holes in it compared to Martyr.
Oh,
In terms
yes.
of, like, you know, years and dates and like who's around at the time in terms of governments. But yeah, so that implies if they're doing human experimentation at the time, that implies the sovereign colonies weren't exactly the good alternative compared to EarthGov as well. Like they were doing the same sort of stuff EarthGov would be doing later on.
Exactly.
To be honest, I wasn't sure if the sovereign colonies were always called that. Like I thought that was just a name that they adopted themselves when the war started with the secessionists.
I think at that time when the Sovereign Colony wasn't a thing yet, when the books were made. You know,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wasn't there like a sovereign colony civil war thing going on? That's where the Marauder suit came from. Or am I like misunderstanding that?
no.
So, like, do you think
I
the
meant
sovereign colony
I
always
meant
called
that. No, I meant that when the books were made, there wasn't a sovereign colony. So
in the
say,
war of
yes.
yeah, in the universe?
I mean,
Right, yeah.
the government of that time during the Martyr events was Dredger Corp, I think, and other entities.
Wait, Dredger Corp. When you said Dredger Corp, were you referring to a government in power?
Yes.
Is that they're not a government though. They're like a
Or corporation.
Yeah. So at the time, that would still be what is the equivalent of like the sovereign colonies still about? Like at that time of Martyr, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, because I wish we knew if the sovereign colonies, their name was always like that, because it like implying that they're sovereign colonies seems like a very I don't know. It seems like a weird thing to call yourselves. Like before this whole civil war thing, but became like before the whole succession war started. Like maybe they weren't always called that. Maybe they were, but yeah, it's just in general. So the name itself, I think it could have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So is anybody going to talk about how the sovereign colonies were ships, and some of them are kind of made out of wood in a way because they said woodworks.
Coming out of the woodworks. Maybe that. I
Who
guess,
fucking builds a space station with wood? I'm just gonna say.
I don't know. Maybe someone made a barricade out of wood or something.
We're
I don't know. But yeah,
gonna take this wood and put it on this space station.
but yeah,
Why? I
that begs
don't
the
know.
question,
Just wood.
yeah, why the fuck is there like wood paneling on like on the spaceship? It must be like for decoration on the interior of the ship, not the exterior.
Probably.
Yeah, like a layer within the inner layer, just for decoration. That's what I was looking for.
Mm.
They're coming out of the woodwork. Fire!
Coming fire! Fire!
that damn antivirus.
Nort!
Norton! Norton!
Norton, stop posting cringe. No.
No. Jesus.
So, what other subjects and what other topics we left to discuss?
Oh, well, we've talked about sovereign colonies. We can talk more about EarthGov
Yeah.
and what it is, and also,
I mean,
without getting too.
I quite lost how many topics we told. I mean, this whiskey is quite good. Jesus.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I almost forgot that you're drinking that.
No, yes.
We're gonna talk about the oracles or some shit.
Wait.
Oh yes, the Oracle. Thanks for reminding that.
Hey.
So the first appearance about the Oracle, faction associate was, was first introduced by Warren Edgard, the executive colonial mind, whatever, that bald guy.
Yes. Go on.
In which he was like undercover agent looking for the person that fitted the profile of the Enigmas. What was the call? I don't remember the code name of his superior. In which that profile was literally Glixin. That she doesn't get affected by the marker effects, and also that she generates like a Dead Space field around her for the other people that are surrounded to her, that they don't experience the dimension or the effects of the marker. But on some moments, Lexine was like feeling sick, like bleeding from nose, headaches, and so on. So I don't know if those were like so say mental attacks from the marker trying to make her weak, or I don't know,
She had a blood nose as well.
or
as
maybe
well, at some point.
Yeah.
or maybe the energy that she was consuming by maintaining the other survivors in check, like
Oh yeah, it's kind of like a power, like running, like not running out, but just like wearing her down, because like she's kind of like she emits an aura that like keeps people safe. Like it's like a field of influence sort of thing, much like the marker. Like it's her own little signal she carries with her, and so when people like come into her range, that takes up a bit of a like brain yeah, just a bit of her power and just her will to go on, sort of thing.
And also that she was born on Earth. So I don't know if that does influence in something, but Edgar was quite intrigued by that answer.
I wonder where Ellie. I mean, Ellie was also born on Earth, and we know that she doesn't really, at least acknowledge or tell Isaac that she's suffering from any hallucination-related incidents, both
I mean,
during 1 and 3. Sorry, 2 and 3.
I mean, we don't know if Ellie suffered those dementia attacks.
Yeah, we don't know. But yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, and I guess she could be like Lexine, but not as powerful because she with Lexine, she has the ability to make others immune when they're in her presence. But Ellie, in her case, she's not helping Isaac or Stross when they're near her. So maybe it's an immunity that only applies to her, that she can't transfer to others.
Or maybe she's just a stubborn character that we all love.
Her being stubborn affects her ability to help others.
Didn't we have Kendra? She only has like one hallucination, but she's still not sane, you know?
Yeah, she doesn't go local. I think she comments about her brother, I think twice, maybe 3 times. Once during an audio log, once during a video log. But the hallucinations are very tame. At one point she says her brother just waved to her and that was it. Nothing bad was happening. And that's pretty cool compared to Isaac seeing screaming dead girlfriend in his face all the time. It's pretty fucking tame.
I mean, that were the only times that we heard from Kendra that she had the same symptoms of dementia. But
she could have been seeing a lot more.
But I've been thinking about it regarding Hammond's situation. He was also experiencing dementia, but we know for certain that from chapter 7, when we pick up the beacon, and after Nicole left, Kendra told us that she lost our signal during that moment. She didn't know where we were, what we were doing, and so on. So I think that the part that Hammond wasn't being able to be detected might be also because of that. He was having a lot of hallucinations, and so on, was blocking its what was it called? His location.
Reblink. Yeah. Yeah, generally when we can only get as much information as Isaac gets, when he gets an audio log or a video log from his friends. So we don't know the the frequency of how many hallucinations they encounter during the time they don't contact Isaac. It could be a lot, or it could be very few.
No,
Hammond himself only mentions that he's seeing things at one point, and it's
when you
can
take
barely hear
a different route. So instead of following the waypoint, if you go first on the top side to activate...
What chapter is this?
Chapter 4. When you have to reroute the ADS power. Reroute the powers. If you take firstly the upper, in which is the door to access to the outside, he will make that comment I don't know about you, but I'm starting to see things.
Right, so it's 2 times in that case. You reminded me by saying that one. So there's that time, and then there's one other time, which this one it's very hard to avoid, unlike that one.
You mean the one in which he was on the hydroponics?
So it was in chapter 5 when you're escaping the hunter, and a bunch of swarmers turn a corner. Yeah, he's and this is in the process where he's either out of range or Kendra's blocking him. But yeah, you hear him just briefly mention saying the air's toxic, can hardly breathe, and then he's like, "I'm seeing things."
I'm sorry to think that I don't think it was either Kendra or Mercer blocking his signal.
I doubt Mercer could. No. I don't think he'd be handy with that sort of area.
I think it's
if anything, it would be Kendra. But what were you gonna say? Yeah,
I think it's more plausible the dementia is the one that is blocking his signal.
Oh.
Because
people aren't fucking answering their thing, most likely.
No, because to be honest, Hammond is literally the best ally of Isaac during that time before meeting up with Dr. Kine.
Yeah.
So I think the
It's-
marker realized that and he tried to distance them, you know?
So this is like
A theory.
yeah, look, yeah. Like no,
But
no,
it's,
I wasn't
but
gonna
it's
say
quite
that. I was
plausible
gonna
one.
yeah, no, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say so you agree. So it's like it's that, but that's also alongside Kendra's antics as well. Like it's so half the time it could be the marker, and half the time it could also be Kendra doing.
I mean,
Like
regarding Kendra, he tried on chapter 4 to make us see Hammond, the bad guy, like hiding the information about the marker when she brought it up. Like,
but also
you have
the
like making a statement. You didn't know it was aboard the ship, and so on.
but like later on, around the time of what is it, chapter 8 and 9, Hammond's signal is it like suddenly springs back to life when the Valor crashes into the Ishimura. Because the signal's disrupted. But when at the start of chapter 9, when you're about to board the Valor, Hammond contacts you saying, the ship's prepped for war, but then the signal gets dropped out, and then Kendra pops back up on screen. It's like, So like I doubt it.
Sus.
I doubt the marker would have done that. Like, because if the marker would have tampered with the Isaac signal, I think it would just end the hologram, like all of the holograms. But seeing Kendra pop up after Hammond kind of makes me think that was Kendra's doing. Because I think the marker would have just silenced both the both Hammond and Kendra if that was the case. But yeah, I didn't think about that. The marker also affecting rig-link transmissions, because we've seen the marker can affect like computing devices, like it can emit an EMP when it activates,
Or
God's
allowing
sake,
allowing someone to send a message outside the ship, like in
Yeah.
Nicole's case,
at a
or Edgar's case as well.
because the communications were blocked by Captain Matthias, so it's very
No,
convenient that the
they weren't
message managed
blocked
to get out.
by Captain Matthias. It was more blocked because the corruption reached the comms array, and as well that the panels weren't. I think when we reach the comms array to repair them, most of the arrays were like destroyed, so you had to replace them.
Yeah.
That was probably Kine, honestly.
Oh, maybe.
I doubt it. Because
I mean, Kine did try and sabotage like several systems to like try and scuttle the Ishimura itself. So I mean, I like I'm not saying no. It's a theory, but like the reason why I say that it was Matthias that tampered with the signal is because in the audio log you pick up before you reach the array, the comms officer is talking about the events. He says like Captain attempts to make contacts to the outside, not the outside world, the outside universe, have been completely denied by Captain Matthias. And then he says, we know why he won't allow this, because it's an illegal operation and a prohibited system. But then he goes to make a transmission regardless of Matthias's command, and then it gets like the signal goes out for a second, but then it gets cut off. So it's like it's either it could be the slug on the outside of the comms array, or it could be Matthias or whoever's in charge of comms as well to quickly stop the signal from getting out. Maybe that signal that message the guy was trying to get out was the one we heard at the start of the game on the Kellyan, but then but that's why it's corrupted, because Matthias and the comms.
On that part
message-
you're wrong.
Sorry.
The
It's-
message that was coming to them was from Extraction, at the end of Extraction.
It was from Lexine, from that mobile
It was
that
from
she threw
Lexine
at the
Extraction.
beginning of the
Yeah.
chapter 10.
Wait, does the Kellyan try and contact them as well? Like, do you hear their voices
It was
say...
Lexine. It was Lexine trying to
No,
contact
no,
them
no.
toward them.
No, I know that. I'm saying when Lexine does contact the Kellyan at the end of Extraction, do you hear the Kellyan talk back to her and say, "We can't hear you"?
No.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure you can.
No, they were like saying that. I mean, it was Kendra that made this statement. It sounds that they have a problem with the
Possibly.
decoding, or something like that. I think it was called with the decoding device. It will take
But
me
so
24, 48 hours to fix it.
But so, just to clarify, in extraction, when Lexine is attempting to hail the Kelly and tell him to not go in, do we hear any voices from the Kellyan?
I'm pretty sure you do.
It's only the intro when they try to contact Yuji Shimura.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So
But to-
they are. So they're trying to contact the Ishimura, and
But-
Lexine's trying to contact the Kellyan, but
In
no one's
which-
getting to each other.
I think the sound that the Kellyan received was from Lexine. But the thing is that when she threw the phone, the communication device, she might have damaged it. So that's why the audio was stuttering.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Gotcha. There's a lot of unanswered things when it comes to Dead Space, but at the same point, that's kind of good because that allows us to, try and break it down and come up with some really cool theories or answers, even outright.
That's why I love Dead Space so much.
I know. So much left untold, and hopefully with the remake we'll get a lot of things answered, like a few small plot holes here and there. Yeah. I actually have to leave you guys just for a minute. I need to go to the toilet, and I'll be back.
Alright,
Okay.
we're gonna go back to the Wii music here.
All right.
I can hear you. Go back to talking. I'll be back.
You don't know what to talk about.
If I'm gonna get copyrighted, I'm gonna kill you. You know that.
It's literally Wii theme music. It's not even fucking the person who got this. It's not fucking copyright.
Oh. We
Unless you
shall
want Wii
see.
Sports.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm fucking. Okay, so you're talking about the. What are we talking about again?
What were we talking about now? I mean, we finished discussing about
Yeah.
the
Extraction
final,
and-
yeah, the ending of the extraction at the beginning of Dead Space 1. And what will be the next? I mean, we discussed a bit of the events of the Martyr, Catalyst, so say, what was it? A bit of the Salvage comics,
Yeah.
a bit of Dead Space 3. We did talk a lot about it. Weapons. I mean, as well, we talked a bit of Dead Space Mobile. Ignition. Well, from the point of view of Franco.
Yeah. We didn't talk about fucking
Dead
what is
Space 2
that
lore.
fucking- No, not Dead Space 2 lore. I'm talking about Carver's fucking home planet.
Hmm?
Carver's home planet.
Uxor. I'm back, by the way.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, that would be Dead Space Liberation.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
There's a lot of things we got to talk about, but
I'm-
there's so much to talk about when it comes to Dead Space.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, making it all in one episode.
It's very hard. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why we always got future episodes to come.
Yeah, and also because we started...
Especially if you sexy listeners still keep watching.
Well,
Wink,
Jesus. And also because, I mean, we started with one thing, then we went with another thing. Like, chronologically, this isn't chronologically what we talked about until now.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. Like, I don't mind if we talk non-chronologically, because the way I see it, like, if we start with a really interesting topic, like whether it's necromorphs or markers, we'll always it will always find something interesting to talk about. Like when we started with the whole with ghosts, like scaff versus key subjects thing, we just we started trailing on from like topic to topic. It was great. Like one topic goes to another, it flows easily, and we don't have to like struggle trying to think of something to quickly jump to, sort of thing. What is that? What is that? Sounds like
Ghosty.
noodles.
Noodles.
Ramen noodles.
No, it's fucking
Food.
spaghetti.
Let's talk about food in Dead Space.
It's spaghetti. What do you
Oh,
think?
Gordon Ramsay's.
What do you think the rations were down there, or in the travel office?
Probably from, probably like dehydrated food. Like, have you ever had an MRE?
I mean, if you saw on the Terra Nova, you can look at the fucking food menu there. It's like burrito beans, chicken. That was pretty nice, honestly. The fucking food on there actually sounded pretty fucking nice, honestly.
But that's like legitimate food. That's like not even the rations. Like I can imagine the rations would be way worse, or at least like dehydrated MREs. Like, something to quickly add water to, stir, heat up, and like, kind of like just a cheap microwavable meal sort of thing.
Like fucking ramen.
Yeah, exactly, like ramen. Yeah, probably something like that. Man, there's definitely a lot more drink lore to Dead Space than there is food lore. Like what with the Red Dwarf bitters, like the beer. Then
Sun.
you got the Sun Cola. Yeah, Sun Cola.
Taste the sun.
Jinx. Yeah.
You got that,
And
the lemon gun and the fucking, what's his face, the chocolate bar thing. Speed bar.
oh yeah, Lightspeed bar. It's like a rocket in my stomach.
I think it has cocaine in it, but that's just me.
Well, yes, apparently that's what makes Twitches. They're people who like Twitches that don't have stasis packs in their backs. It's they just like OD on the light speed bars, and then when the infector comes around, stabs them in the head. Even the infector's like, "What the hell was this guy eating?"
What the hell?
Slasher gets up. Yeah, the slasher gets up, starts twitching and
And he
walking
goes-
on all fours.
And he goes full gas, gas, gas. I'm gonna step on the gas, slashing, killing. I'm gonna switching.
Okay, anime watcher.
Do you know what I want in New Dead Space with Twitchers?
What do you want? What do you
Okay.
want?
So, you know how they have the stasis pack in them and how it's reversed?
Yeah, I never understood that, but yeah, go on.
Instead of in the new stasis, when you stasis them, instead of slowing them down, it just speeds them up. It just fucking speeds them up. No, I'm serious. That'll be like a good like thing.
Plot
because
twist.
No, it will make you like use more like. It'll make them more feared, and it'll make you use more like new tactics against the enemy.
You know
Yeah,
what tactic I'm going to use right now? I'm gonna take that ball and throw it in your face if you're gonna do that sound again.
What this?
I'm gonna literally TK it. Oh, get
Oh no! Shut up! I'll fucking
Okay.
throw you in the vacuum.
No, I'm gonna TK him. I'm gonna TK him.
What the fucking drink?
No, I'm gonna do you
Ninja.
like scene on that chapter, like. Yeah.
What?
Why can't we just
Scanner
TK?
naked?
Why can't we just fucking wow?
The extraction law for you.
The McNeil, like he's still in the tube, but you can just TK
The
like
sec-
seeing naked like scene through the fucking window.
One
I'm
of
here.
two like nude scenes in the entirety of Dead Space. The other one being in Aftermath.
I think you were there. I mean, so for the others to figure out what the hell happened was that I was playing Extraction and I was like thinking, I thought, all right, what happens if I throw Lexine?
Dude, I couldn't even continue. That was hilarious. I never expected that you could just yeet Lexine in space.
Can you?
No.
Can you?
Yeah. She gets like knocked back into back into space before you get into the airlock. You have to kinesis her back to you guys.
Yeah,
But
I
you can
remember that part.
And I just throw.
What do
her.
you
I didn't know you could fucking throw her. I need to see this now. Wait, hold up.
He probably clipped it. Did you clip it, Helios?
No, but I can record
Oh,
it.
well, yeah, you can get it again later, like what I always do. But yeah, there was also another drink, the Big Bad Daddy whiskey. That's Isaac drinks. It's apparently his favorite whiskey, and
Which
it's
is
also
literally,
present-
which in real life is Jack Daniels.
sexy. I love it. And there's also some on the USM Valor as well, like the mess hall area.
Mhm.
Well, what became
I
a
like-
mess.
I love the advertising in the Dead Space universe, like whether it's safety posters or like the ad campaigns or news things on the sprawl. It's so great. It really
Yeah,
makes
Whatever it
the world come to life. Like,
yeah.
what's some of your guys' like favorite posters or like things to see that like in like just on the walls, like posters and stuff or advertising?
At any cost.
Ghosty is Simon Face.
No, at any cost,
Oh no, whatever it takes.
whatever it takes. Yeah.
Yeah, Tideman just like in deep thought with his hands crossed. I
Smiling.
can't get the image.
I loved when I fucking replaced that texture so much.
Yes, it fits so well.
It
The,
was so good.
For context for the people watching,
It'll be literally like Dead Space players. I never seen that. What the hell is that? And then Dead Space
that's a
Necro
bug. That's a
posters.
bug.
What the fuck?
I see what you did there.
Do I still have that fucking screenshot all day?
For the people
Probably
who
the-
don't know, listening, there's like one of the posters that you can find on the sprawl is Hans Tideman. He's got his hands crossed, whatever it takes. And so earlier in the Dead Space Necro posting Discord server, we made an emoji. We did like a vote whether to make that an emoji, like him doing the pose with his hands crossed, or a version of him smiling. And the one that was him smiling was the one that won, obviously,
Yeah.
because
Here's a screenshot.
people who shouldn't be smiling is like really funny. And so I decided I'm gonna up the ante and give him like a pair of sunglasses to his smile. And Ghostface was able to insert it into the existing posters in the game, into like the files. And now so everywhere he walks, he just sees the poster
Yeah.
with the sunglasses and smile. It's
I
great.
need to find this fucking video, dude.
The one
no
you
worries.
that you sent me.
I'm just gonna put
Yeah.
the screenshot on the screen so that they can see it. So basically, this is the
You found
final
it?
result. No,
Yeah, easy.
I'm gonna put it when I'm editing. Like,
Oh, okay, you're editing. Okay.
of course.
That is if I can fucking find it.
Ugh.
Yo, Ghost, the those pictures you sent in mess hall, though, I need to get in contact with the people who did those pictures, because I want to try and get a high resolution picture, and possibly even like different angles for the models, because there's so many cool. Hello. There's so many like good models, and then I just saw that. That's also very good.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, the models all lined up and stuff looks so cool, and there's some like unused ones as well in like for Dead Space 2, or at least ones that are just very well hidden. So I need to inquire with the website where those images are from to see if I can ask, hey, could we get a high res version? Hopefully they say yes, because I am definitely going to use that to some meme potential down the line. I mean, for God's sakes, we see Isaac in his astronaut suit without a helmet on. Like, you can see his head. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, and he's holding, I think, the engineering
The
suit.
Dead Space 2. Yeah, Dead Space 2 helmet.
What
That
the
makes
hell?
sense. The lore grows.
The lore grows.
You guys, oh yeah, so Helios, what was your favorite advertising poster in like the entirety of Dead Space? Just
Mine's-
favorite, like, world building poster.
Interesting. I mean, the iconic cut off their limbs.
Oh yeah, that's good. It's not really a poster, so I'm gonna deduct some social credit points for that. But,
Well, or being the degenerate person that I am, the Peng.
Peng, yes, there's always Peng.
I like the lemon gun.
Oh yeah, that little advert. I love the jingle of TST in chapter 2. Ding ding ding, TST. And I've
I got
died
that
several-
stuck in my head a long time ago.
Okay.
Same. And
No-
also
no
the
Jingle Bell songs.
also the the extinct animal posters, which is, it's very sad and morbid, but it's also pretty cute, showing
monkey.
all like monkeys canonically dead in the Dead Space universe. People, sorry to disappoint. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah,
Also-
don't return the monkey. Nothing. That's it. Just
Return to corpse.
We already have the monkey brute.
Oh, yeah, we do. It's also, isn't it like grappling? Sorry, it's like grabbing onto the roof like monkey bars and stuff in Extraction.
Who cares? He's a monkey. That's it. Point. Period.
Yes.
I'm looking at the Art of Dead Space book right now, and I'm looking up the all the posters and stuff at the moment, and I see the extinct animal friends EAF. You got the chimp, you got the bee, you got the hippo, dolphin, the bear. They're all the ones that are pictured, but then it says look for other extinct animal friends, including eagle, giraffe, elephant, wolf, and penguin.
Not the pink.
Yeah, penguins. Probably from all that stuff called global warming, I think.
I mean, or maybe they all became Kinder Penguin.
What?
It's a dessert.
Oh,
Kinder.
Yeah, in Australia, yeah, we've got that actually, and we've got these little egg-shaped ones called Kinder Surprises, and inside them, like once you break open the egg, there's a little toy.
I mean, there are a lot of Kinders in the Titan Sprawl. You just need the Pulse rifle and shoot them.
Oh, oof.
Wow.
One of the weirdest posters I can see is Gorilla Nauts, which is it's got like a gorilla in an astronaut suit, and then like a monkey in an astronaut suit holding a banana as a gun, and he goes, "It's bananas," and then it says, "Cloned from the past, fighting for the future." And I don't know if it's like a game or a kids show, but like a primates above and beyond. I guess it's like some cloned apes they're on a mission to like do something.
Cloned apes on a mission. The Clogger. Did you know that's a fucking
Yeah,
that's like inside joke, like Pang. That shit's
Poggers.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's like how the name Bungie for the company Bungie was like it was the punchline to a sex joke that the crew had when they were like first like when the company was just born, and but to this day they haven't revealed what the joke was. Only that Bungie is just the punchline of said joke.
Mungee's Bungo.
Bungee jumping in that pussy.
Not
Yeah,
on my
there we go.
family friendly fucking podcast.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
I see
can
the lemon
look
gun
it up.
poster.
Ah,
Man, if we don't get the lemon gun as a new game plus weapon in the remake, we fucking riot.
I want the fucking
Lemon gun. Just insta kill the fucking necromorph with a lemon.
With the lemon, it just bounces off their fucking head.
Lightspeed, carbonated hard bar, blast off.
Hmm.
Damn, these posters are great.
I'm looking for the fucking video right now, but I can't find the damn thing.
EarthGov's got some pretty interesting posters too. They're definitely more professional than obviously all the kid stuff found in the mall. But yeah, I never like. Yes, the EarthGov logo. It's like it's memorable, but it's not really. It's pretty bland. You'd expect that to be like a really cool logo, but you just get the name itself with the moon. The moon, the Earth in the background with their quote. Hey, there's the video. Awesome, thank you.
whatever it takes.
Something interesting I found in the concept art book, The Art of Dead Space, is you won't believe it when I tell you, but when I look at this one picture at the start of the EarthGov sector of the concept art book in Dead Space 2, Isaac's looking at a TV screen where he says goodbye to Ellie in the gunship. And on the screen, it's fucking Princess Leia from A New Hope on the hologram when she goes, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope."
That's actually pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, like, I have no idea why it's there, but it didn't even hit me until like a month ago when I was rereading the concept art book and looking at the pictures. I just looked and I'm like, who is that? And I recognize those space buns anywhere. It's fucking Leia. And I was like, okay then. They wanted to add a little, whether it was like just a reference or just a little nod to liking Star Wars. That was pretty interesting. I'll have to send a picture of it later, so maybe Helios can add it on screen right here.
There on screen, right here. I don't know where you're gonna do that Vandal one though.
What was that?
I don't know what we're gonna do with that Vandal picture though. I don't know if that's gonna be like.
Oh yeah, showing it. Yeah, well, I mean, we weren't even on topic about Vandal, and you sent that.
Yeah, exactly.
But when it comes later, we'll talk more about Vandal, and maybe we will. But yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, you two.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What did I do?
You horny bastard.
I didn't do anything. I brought up the fact about Lemon Gun and Monkey Gone. Monkey Gone.
Ugh.
Monkey.
Gorilla Nauts.
Monk.
Damn it, Helios. Why don't you play
I
Gorilla Nauts?
I like how they show like fucking anime on Titan Station, like little anime toys and shit.
Yeah, like you see little Gundam looking stuff as well. I mean, in general, they like the advertising. They said in the concept art book that they were very inspired by advertising in the East compared to like Western advertising. So like you know everything was very bright, colorful, highly saturated. Let me see. I'm going to find.
Finally, a Mass Effect actually. You know?
Here we go. This is the direct quote from the book. The bright garnish advertisements feel like they've been plucked from Tokyo streets, and they offer stark contrast to the blood that is being spilt around them. They also allow for some subtle self-parody. Or maybe Isaac has a perfect partner in the Lindsay Minor doll, and it's like below is like a little +3 age, like a female engineering rig doll.
Jesus.
It's like a Barbie doll, but it's in like a little engineering rig. It's funny.
I'm a Barbie girl.
You know, Barbie world.
Oh, so fantastic.
Nope, not anymore.
What?
No more.
It's over. It's gone. The meme's dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
Your
gone.
meme is dead. Dead.
Dead.
What does he mean, Clark? What does he
What?
mean?
What does that mean?
What does he mean?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. Sorry.
Strauss. What does the
You got me
number
or-
mean?
The numbers, Strauss. What do they mean?
I mean,
It hurt me. I'm not strong enough.
I mean, Babo does a better impression of Ned
does.
Edgar Foster. Yeah.
Come on, Strauss. I'm here to help you. Your rig is red.
It's bread.
It's red. It's bread.
Bread. It's bread. It's low cholesterol. Your rig is low cholesterol.
Isaac, we're all gonna burn for what we did to you. And it's like a burnt toast sort of thing.
Like
He gets like thrown in the toaster and burnt.
he becomes like a marshmallow.
I want
I
to talk
mean-
about, you know what I want to talk about now? I just thought of this.
Yeah.
The fucking Marauder suits.
Yeah.
Because some of the two Marauder suits, they have like necromorph heads on them. Ish, you know what I mean?
The logo, the 163rd.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, let me show you this.
Interesting.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Yeah. I mean, I never thought of it as a necromorph look because I think the 163rd came way before the necromorphs. Like they were formed way before the necromorph outbreak. Wait, what's that one on the top right?
This is Scaff.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering what the little writing next to it was, but all good. Yeah. Stoppable.
Yeah, and the little like, it looks like a regenerator head almost. And it says 401st or some shit right there.
Yeah, it does look a bit like a hunter. The face.
It does a little bit, yeah, and the hunter's got little 3 tendrils that come out of its mouth. Maybe, yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, I didn't think it would look
realized
that.
that?
Yeah, I never thought never thought about that because there's no hunters except for the one dead one in Dead Space 3. It's like dead in a container in the optional mission where you have to fight all the other regenerators.
That shit fucking stressed me the fuck out.
I mean, when you get just stasis coding abusive weapons like I do, it becomes a cakewalk. There's nothing threatening about that mission to me. In general, there's nothing threatening to me when I play Dead Space anymore. You play it long enough, you just get so used to it. Yeah, with weapons.
Yeah, even like today, like I don't know. Okay, so a long time ago when I first played like Dead Space. I don't know, the first Dead Space. I was like 8, 9, or 10ish, and like the every time I went to the medical deck on there, just I didn't like the vibes of it. It scared the shit out of me. But everywhere else, it was fine. And I specifically remember as a kid when I went, like the last time you're at the medical deck when Mercer shuts off the fucking oxygen.
Yeah.
And like before that, you see that fucking lady like standing next to that lady who's crying in that long fucking hallway.
Yep.
That scared me so bad. I think it fucking kind of cursed me a little bit because like even now when I get to that part, I just don't want to fucking go over there.
There's like nothing threatening down that way. Just the horror of
Like-
seeing just that torn up lady laughing is creepy.
Yeah, and the part that her rig is like empty.
The rig
don't
is
know.
empty. Empty.
It's empty. It's empty, but it's clearly not a hallucination because when you walk out there, when the thing is turned off, you see 2 dead bodies of the same person.
Yeah. She couldn't cope.
I don't know why that still freaks me out until this day, but it just does.
Dead Space 1 was like the only game. There were moments where I had like that where I had to like pause the game and like just stop playing for a bit. It happened. I got through all of Chapter 5 without a problem. It was Chapter 10 that really fucked me up as a kid. Like with hearing the lullaby in the area where like all the dead unitologists are, where the store kiosk is. That was freaky for me. Just hearing that lullaby was terrifying. So when it finally came time to kill the hunter, I was so satisfied. But yeah, when I played Dead Space 2 and 3, I was much older. I'd played the first game multiple times by then, so I just become so conditioned. Like even the scariest scenes of Dead Space 2, yeah, it got me to jump, but you know, there was no tense moment that stopped me from playing it like it did in the first game. Like even the return to the Ishimura, probably one of the most terrifying parts of Dead Space 2, because it's so well made. Even that wasn't enough to just like put me off, because you know I was familiar with the layout enough, either though the area looked completely different with the lighting changes and prop changes and stuff, and we're accessing new areas and such, or you know just different areas, like same areas from the first game have changed now. It's still, yeah, I was still used to it enough at that point. I was old enough, more mature, to the point where I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
Scared enough to jump off, that is.
Well, like when I first played Dead Space 2,
Yeah.
when you went back on the Ishimura, I don't know, just like my 8, 9-year-old self just came back and I was like, I don't know. It's weird. I did when I first played Dead Space 2 and it came to that part where you have to go back to Ishimura, it freaked me out for some reason.
I think we can all settle on the fact that there was no part in Dead Space 3 where we were like genuinely scared.
Exactly, yeah.
Like even like people say that the feeders scene is probably like the scariest part of Dead Space 3. I'd argue yes, but that still isn't enough to warrant me, you know, being terrified of it. Like, yeah, it's definitely more tense than the others, but when you learn that feeders are piss weak, and they drop tons of loot when you kill them, instead of sneaking past them, it just becomes, oh, shit. Maybe I don't want to sneak past them this time around. Maybe I want to kill them.
Just have a fucking pulse rifle on top and a fucking TK saw on the bottom.
Yeah.
Just hold out that fucking TK saw. Okay, it's done.
Oh. Anyways.
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, okay. Alright, okay.
I thought Helios was good. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, okay.
Yep. You just disappeared. What the fuck was that? I thought I was talking to myself. I thought this whole time you guys were just apparitions made by the marker.
The marker took control of my mind. And also the drink. And also the fact that it's literally 3 a.m. in my time zone, so I'm kind of getting
Sounds like-
sleepy.
Do you think it's nearing our time to close up?
Yeah.
I think it
bit.
has been like
We've been like
start?
2 hours.
surely over. We started at
We started at
9. It was
we started. So say to me it's 3 a.m. We started at 1 a.m. my time.
Right.
So
Yeah. Okay. Right.
We started
Yes,
at
that's
6
2 hours
for
20
me,
minutes roughly.
and it's 8:14 for me.
I mean, so
God damn.
I mean, we can take it like a break regarding like taking our break. Then afterwards we continue when we are back from our. So for now it's the break time. So what I'm going to do is later on, if we gonna get on to continue where we left off, or we conclude this as a finished episode, and then on the next one we'll get
Will.
I mean, well, before this, so we kind of discussed almost all the points that we wanted to discuss, right?
I'd say so. Yeah, I think we got quite a fair amount done in terms of what we wanted to talk about, and everyone got a fair say. It was a shame Vic couldn't show up, but yeah, hopefully another time when we talk more about lore, some things we think about in the future, he can join us, and that'll be cool. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Well, depending on what topics we are going to get involved. I mean, now that we discussed somewhat the story and some key moments from our point of view, so to say, the next one could be more like more like theories or other stuff. I don't know. It remains to be seen.
This is not your next planned podcast. This is the one after, right? Because I know you've got something. Where I'm not saying anything in case you want to keep it secret.
I mean, it's not yet decided.
But so.
I mean,
okay, right. So you're still trying to get into contact, right?
Yes, I'm still trying to get in contact. And
cool.
And if I get a chance for those guests to be part, then Ghosty will be part of it as well.
Yeah, it's definitely not my area of expertise. So I think it'd be much better if it was just all you, you, Ghost, and the other two, or however any other guests you have, because it's definitely not my area. I suck when it comes to that area of expertise. I'm keeping it very cryptic for the audience in case you want to keep it secret. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, right?
For now, that's it.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah, then if it's going to be the next episode or maybe the one after, depending on how it works and everything. Because keep in mind that right now I need to edit all the conversation that we had so far, adding the footage and making as well the intro for this episode.
That'll be fun.
So for that we're going to discuss later on. So for you, the viewers, you're gonna see the final result of the intro at the beginning of the podcast. So right now it's just like the final, let's just say the final talk of the podcast.
And if you're watching up to this point, and the intro has already been made and you've seen it, we hope you enjoyed it.
I mean, what do you expect from the necroposting members?
Autism?
More than that.
Nah, they'll love it. They'll love the intro. And we've already, there's plenty of people they're constantly bugging me saying, when's the next podcast? When's the next podcast?
I mean, we got we got an American, we got an Australian, we got a Romanian.
And another American.
Yeah, but that one
You're talking about today, right?
Yes.
Right, okay, sorry. So I thought you were talking about all the people who are just a part of it in general. Yeah, all good.
I mean, if we're not going to talk about all the members that were part of the podcast as well as the necroposting, that will be for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about all the members of necroposting. Here, let me start alphabetically.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. No. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm just jiggling.
Jiggle his balls.
No, that's kind
Did
of.
you say
kind of
jiggle his
cringe.
balls?
No.
He did. He's quite off his ass drunk right now. his schizo ramblings. So
I'm gonna dismember
Um,
with this force gun right now.
I'm
So
gonna
what-
look at some like Rorschach fucking pictures, whatever you fucking call them.
yeah, Rorschach test photos.
Yeah,
They're cool.
really.
So does anyone want to say any like closing remarks or any messages?
Hmm.
You Ghost?
Bye.
Mutes himself, dies. Well, yeah, I just want to say, God damn it, Ghost.
Already halfway there.
Because
you-
it was funny.
Is he
You
okay?
are funny.
Is he
He's
okay?
falling down the stairs right now. No,
Okay.
he's not. Okay. He's dying.
Ah, okay. Good.
I want to say that. Well, I'm really glad that I could be a part of this, like this episode and stuff. Glad you could. Yeah, and I was sorry about not making it to the first episode because of the whole fuckery. But yeah, thanks for
this-
having me on. I'm glad we could talk so much about it. And
This is the second episode,
yeah, well-
not third episode. What the hell? And
I said second.
No, you said third, I think.
All right, go back. All right, when the recording's over, go back and listen to it. You're drunk.
Damn it.
Yeah, you'll have to go through all that footage. But yeah, thank you again, and like also thank you for just being part of the necroposting community, both the group, the Facebook group, and the Discord. We're very lucky to have you on board, and we're glad to have a debug king just amongst us.
No hope.
Holy
okay?
shit! I had to do a reference, didn't I?
Wow.
Amogus.
Wow. Sound Mugus Wafwants?
What a way to close off. All right, what about you,
Yeah.
Helios? Anything to say, or all good?
We'll bang, okay?
Well, bang, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna do fucking Rorschach test on fucking Helios and see how drunk he is.
Good
All
one.
right. Look at
Yep.
these images, and I want to tell you the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay,
Alright.
hold up.
Let's see.
Let's see. Okay, I'm doing the
Is
mess.
the recording? Is the recording over?
No.
Oh,
Number 1.
A dismembered furry.
I see a butterfly and a moth. Yeah, I see a moth.
Yeah,
that's
that's what I
not
was
a
saying,
moth.
too.
Yeah, the moth is the wings on the bottom bit, below the watermark, and then in the middle, that's the abdomen. The thorax and like the head, and then the two antennas going up.
Nice.
All right, hit me up with another Rorschach test.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pass this Rorschach test.
Alright. It's not really like pass or fail.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole point. I'm joking
Yeah.
about it.
Is that it looks like a
I don't know what the
didact.
fuck I'm looking.
It looks like a didact from Halo 4.
Interesting. I can't make anything out of the lighting. I'm
Also, it
trying to
looks
look for something in the shadow.
it does have a little semblance with the level 1 suit helmet from perspective. Interesting.
I honestly can't make heads or tails of what that is, so I fail that one. I know you can't pass or fail.
All right, next one.
Hit me. That doesn't even look like a Rorschach test. That just looks like a highly saturated, scary JPEG. I see the pale eyes of like a dog, and then like a wide open mouth, like something Halloween related. Yeah, I see
Hey.
2 eyes and like a scary smile looking back at me.
It
Yeah,
looks
that's
like
what I like.
it looks like a Cabal from Destiny 2.
Everything's gaming with you, isn't it?
Look,
Let me see. If I
Look,
can-
look, stops talking. Oh,
Hello.
all right, yeah. As soon as I saw that, I thought I see 2 slashers pointing their blades
That-
like
that's like-
outwards,
That's
it
what I
looks
saw that first day.
it looks like
Yeah.
2
And-
infectors
and then
in parallel.
oh yeah, because they have those 2 little spikes that come out of their like their nose hole. When I saw the 2 slashes on either side. Just below them, there's like another head and a smaller body next to it. That could be like a crawler or something.
Alright, here's with the last one.
Hold on,
Why the
this is
fuck
gonna
are we
be a
doing
weird
Rorschach
one.
tests on a podcast?
Because I'm bored.
Ugh.
What the hell is this?
First thing that
I
comes
see
to mind.
I see a flamingo with in like a garden.
I see bats.
That's because I see like in the very background of the last layer of the shading, I see two long neck looking things, and I think they're like the necks of flamingos, and then
I see bats
Next
and
to them is like a
then
gun.
in the middle of pelvis. Bone.
Okay, nice.
I see the advanced suit helmet.
All right. What a Rorschach test. What a way to end it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
Yeah.
guess that's about it, right?
Yeah,
Has to be
that's
about
it.
Perfect. All right. See you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for
Yeah.
watching.
Thank you. Bye.
Don't go
Bye.
yet.
Oh no, I'm not going. You're just in the recording,
Not yet. No, so
breaking the fourth wall here.
So thank you guys for having you aboard the USG Shimura. Ghosty, I'm gonna send you back to the engine room.
I don't want to go back to the engine room.
Yes, you're gonna go back to the engine room.
I don't want to go back to the engine room.
Yes, you're going back. Or if you
What
want
about me?
you go back to the mining deck and play Minecraft on the asteroid.
I've already clapped enough zombies. I'm already sick of fighting them.
Fine, then I'm gonna send you to USM Valor and play with the radioactive balls.
Look! I mean, Minecraft's not that bad. So I can get, just maybe I can up the difficulty, make it a bit more interesting. All right, I'll play Minecraft. It's all right. It's all good.
Okay, I'm gonna send you to the colony then. How does that sound?
I don't want to go to the fucking colony.
My ears! Alright, I'll go to the colony. Just don't pierce my ears anymore.
That was a fucking gun clicking sound. I hope you know
Ugh, that was super high pitched.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I
Oh.
should. Well,
that. I don't want to go to the fucking colony.
okay, then you can. Alright, then you can take the next shuttle and go back to the Titan's Pro.
Okay, I want to go to the sprawl now. Bye.
Alright, just a reminder, don't go to the Urgov sector.
Is that where he lives?
No.
Kinda.
I mean, if he's going to go there, he'll find out.
How incredibly cryptic.
Yeah. It's the drunkenness inside me talking.
Thank you for staying conscious during this whole podcast.
Wait. I don't. Oh, what?
This fucking dude.
I think I wasn't conscious in any moment of the
You're
stream.
was all-
conscious or conscious?
Helios, don't you
Yes.
realize we're not here? We're
No.
just
We're
the
just-
figments of your imagination.
No, I see you on
Wake
the
up.
recap.
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake
Wake
up.
up.
Wake
Wake
up.
up.
Wake up.
So I fell asleep again, huh? Well, typical of me. I suppose they're on the way here, so we'll get started with that later on. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the second episode of Blank Cracker podcast. And before signing off, I only have two things to announce. The first one will be that BodyCounter made a video about the Dead Space remake ideas and what should they improve on the existing content from the 2008 version. So I'm gonna put his video on my left side, so say, or right side, I don't know. And the second one will be that the next episode of the podcast will be focused more on the Money community. So basically, mostly of the golden era of Dead Space, so from 2009 to 2013. And yeah, there isn't that much to say anymore, so I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.